そうだ、味方だぜ。
Okay, hello and welcome everyone to D6, where I, RCM, bring together voice acting friends, bridging friends, and friends in general onto a D&D live stream show. As usual, before we get into tonight's announcements, I have our two wonderful sponsors that continue to help support this show. First and foremost, the wonderful people over at the Deck of Many. The Deck of Many create wonderful and beautiful tarot-sized D&D reference cards for monsters, conditions, the Deck of Many things, and also animated lenticular spell cards that go all the way up to level 4, as I know it right now. If you guys are ever interested in bringing some live information to your table, in ever the case that you might need them, I always suggest the wonderful people over at thedeckofmany.com. You can get their wonderful starter pack at a very reasonable price, and also on top of that, in case that if you need some information on monsters, just like me, because I often forget things, these are absolutely wonderful. Please do give them a look. And once again, thank you so much to the people over at thedeckofmany.com for your RPG reference cards. And second of all, our wonderful sponsor, the patrons over on Patreon. As usual, this show is supported by several people just like yourselves in order to help continue produce this show and to make it better and allow me to spend money and allow me to produce things at a higher standard to the way I want to do things, and so on and so forth. And also people that tend to donate to this stream, much like last week with Zero Ember, and also the wonderful people that do really big donations like X Shadow and Echo X, and also Philip Warden. I'm so sorry. And this name is Taken. Wonderful, wonderful people that just continue to help support the show and make it grow, and I cannot thank them enough. And so if you wish to check out the Patreon, there is a link down below the stream here, or if you wish to donate as well, there is a link down below. And with that, I think that's everything for sponsorships and all that roll. So at that point, I wish for my players to please rise, wake up. It's time to begin announcements and then jump on into tonight's game.
Oh boy, time to die.
Resurrection.
Giant insects.
Giant insects. Giant bird. So of course, because I forgot to write everything down today, like I had intended to, I do have a couple of announcements. The first announcement, as usual, if you wish to check out the last episode or the recent VODs, if you guys had missed last week's episode of D6, it is currently over on the YouTube channel, the D6 Dawn Rite YouTube channel. It is slowly growing with your subscription or with you guys subscribing and also watching, and the more people that do, it helps the YouTube channel grow, and I would really advise you going over and giving it a sub and watching and liking and subscribing and all that fun YouTube stuff, I guess. Also on Friday, I posted my thoughts on season 2 of Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? I will also be leading up to another Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon video this Friday. And also, let me see. The last thing I will probably note is that there will probably be no game at the end of this month. From this week, next week, the week after, we are losing Chris, and we are losing Malarvik.
Mal.
Yeah.
Yeah, next week you're losing me because of Canadian Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And the following week you're losing me because of Retropalooza.
That is correct. And then the week afterwards, you guys are losing me because I am going to go see the love of my life for her birthday, and she is all the way up in.
Wait. Does this mean we get to DM our own game? Oh, that's fucking awesome. So we're alive.
All right,
So we're
Brad,
all
you get to play-
alive.
All right. So everyone, next week will be in all Clunes.
Agreed. No, we saved that for the Halloween special.
All right.
Oh.
I was hopeful. I was going to hope that maybe one of you would be interested in doing that Wendy's campaign, but that's totally up to you.
Roll for
The
delicious.
Wendy's campaign?
Yeah, Wendy's
Have you not
released.
seen the Wendy's RPG?
Yeah, Wendy's released an
No.
RPG campaign. It's
Yeah.
freaking awesome.
I have never heard of this.
And by
And then-
Wendy's, yes, I mean the burger fast food restaurant.
And then me and the guy who. And then the guy who wrote the Book of House and me just started talking shit over the weekend, and we ended up making an extra supplement for them.
Is it actually a good RPG system?
I don't. It's
Probably not.
weird. It's weird.
Wendy's.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah. All right. So that is pretty much that, and so that is it for me. So, Boo, what are you doing? Oh wait, last thing. I swear.
Huh?
I almost forgot. In case,
Final time.
yeah, for the final time, I swear. In case you guys don't know, I do stream throughout the week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I have been playing Code Vein and also some Sekiro, and hopefully trying to get Dead by Daylight working. So if you guys are interested, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. is when I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I know. I'm sorry. I can only stream at night.
Games.
Yeah, it's the only time I can play them games. I finally got to just play with Joe in private recently, and I made a tweet about it recently where he's just like, yeah, I designed my character after a cute anime catboy. I'm like, Joe, you are a cute anime catboy.
He is.
He's adorable. Okay, so that being said, Boo, what are you doing?
Just the standard fare. Opening for commissions every single weekend. You can find me at Boo Radley pretty much everywhere with a 1-3 on LE, and that's it. And apologies in advance if I'm a little bit low energy this session. It's been a long day. So, anyways, moving on.
All right, Bracky.
I am Braki, aka Brachyzoid. I'll be playing River, the Halfling Fighter. I stream art and video games at twitch.tv/Brachyzoid. And it's my duty to tell you, if you want to share anything related to the campaign, either artwork or comments, you can do it on Twitter by tagging us or hashtag this6DR.
You still need to post that Helena one that you did the other day. It was so
I
good.
forgot it's been a long
How dare you?
Also, have we?
I figured out what Canis would put. He would just put motivated.
Wait, which one?
Motivated.
Motivated. All right.
Twitter algorithm is rack. What is this?
Right.
Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Bracky did a drawing of Helena the other day.
There's
That
holding up a
was,
sign saying "Want to do crimes."
Yeah,
I want to see this.
Oh, I gotta see that.
I have not posted it.
All right.
Oh, you haven't? Ah, damn.
No, I keep forgetting to save the file.
Oh no.
What?
He keeps forgetting to save the file.
No, like
That is a
It's a
problem.
PNG. I'm a little
Ah.
tired. Sorry.
It's still
Oh.
a PNG. Needs to save the JPEG.
Okay.
Do
Caitlin.
I know what I look like and what a JPEG is?
I was gonna say.
of a goddamn hot dog.
Do I look like I know what a
Bit crushing
JPEG
intensifies.
is? This. We're spending our 10 minutes making King of the Hill jokes. Caitlin, what are you doing?
Hello, I'm Caitlin C37. You can find me on both Twitch and Twitter at Caitlin C37. I draw and paint a lot. My commissions are open. If you want them, just look on my Twitter, and I will probably stream said commissions. So that is what I do.
All right.
That is it.
Awesome. Sir Malevic, what are you doing?
Standard affair. You can find me on twitch.tv at twitch.tv/sir_Malevich, and you'll find me streaming a variety of video games. Just earlier today was playing Chicken Horse with Caitlin.
Yeah.
And you can find me at Twitter at Sir Malevich.
Alright, good to know. And Zito, how you now?
Oh, hi. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Zito, where indie games, homebrew stuff, and artwork happens. Like playing Code Vein, where average anime protagonist Randy every day by day, but by night he becomes Denim Man.
Denim Man.
Denim Man.
And then also I'm going to be continuing a playthrough of this really nice little indie game where it's like, hey, you got your Castlevania in my Pokemon. So we'll be enjoying Monster Sanctuary with Karen and the boys.
Okay. That sounds interesting.
It's a really fucking fun game, and can you believe it's early access? And then Indivisible comes out on Tuesday. Ooh, fuck.
Wait, hold a second. It does?
Yeah, dude. You have one more day to get the. You have one more day to get the pre-order, so you can get Roddy.
That's come out in like 2 days. Jesus.
Right. All right. Oh God, I. Can't
One more thing. One more thing.
Yeah.
By the way, so remember that that asshole in D&D who's like sitting at the endless in hell, Lord Baffet? Fuck that guy. He's not a cool goat person. So you know what? We're gonna make our own cool goat people with blackjack and hookers, and it'll be on DM's Guild very soon.
Very nice.
As a playable race.
Ooh, yes. Very nice. All right. And of course, last but not least, Terrence.
Hi. I'm over here. The sun is out. It's shining, but it's also freezing cold. So let me go ahead and get on with my announcements. I literally have been inside my recording booth for the entire week, have not left, and I want to tell you all the new things I'm doing, but legally I cannot, so just follow me on Twitter and keep up with it at Terrence Drive VA on Twitter.
Strong friend DA. Strong friend DA.
Strong friend.
Be strong.
NDA.
All right. So, that being said, we have collectively gotten through announcements within the first 10 minutes. I'm proud of us. So,
now let me tell you about Homestuck.
Oh no! I'm not going down that route again.
Mistake.
So,
I refuse.
let us come down and go on into tonight's game of D6. Downright. Where we had last left off, our adventurers had made it past from Vale and across the Great Plains into none other than the dwarven city of Krog. There, they had stayed and kind of began to just prepare themselves for their next trip over towards Hoth. And in doing so, they had come across known to a prisoner within the Ironclad prison down below in Krog, known as Leroy Dustlake. He is somehow a cousin and related to River, and in doing so, began to try and investigate on how they can get him out on the charges of that he is currently under, which is under an aristocrat that is less than likable. After meeting with Lady Platypus and not very strong rolls based off of the letter in order to try and get him out based off of some other charges that they were able to trying to get him under from Aurario. And after Lionel conjuring a fake ledger that was on this woman's desk that she was still going through, and then subsequently changing places with the ledger that he created and getting the ledger back into his hand with a very good stealth roll. Lionel, the MVP.
Awesome crime.
Right? Found out that within the ledger had many dark dealings with this aristocrat, and therefore began to panic while in the Temple of Bahamut. In doing so, that they had decided that they needed to get out of the city as fast as possible, get Leroy out of the Ironclad, and hopefully try and make it to Hoth and Aurario in order to seek sanctuary. And to do so, they met with the Eclipse Eye leader within Krog, a little bit of back and forth, made a deal that if they can get some rock feathers that are at the top of Krog Mountain, that they would, that for this trade, that they would subsequently, that they would get Leroy out, and also made a deal with a carriage driver, Bumbuck, who they had traveled with on the way to Krog in order to get to Aurario. So, after a bit of traveling on some wasps and bees, made it to the top of Krog, and therefore met with a great rock, probably one of many that have roosted there, and with many feathers around, as they witnessed it, began to bank towards them. What do you guys do?
I mean, do we have time to react at all?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have time. This thing's gonna probably be here in about a few seconds, but
Okay.
at
does it
this
see
point,
us?
you all... Oh, he sees you.
Yeah. Okay.
It
Just making
sees
sure.
you. You guys are currently... There's a bunch of trees within your immediate surrounding area. You're in a slight open area, which leads up to the roost of the of rock. And
Get the fuck behind the trees, then.
How far away?
Scanner!
Now, how far away is like the nearest feather? Can I see it?
There is one that's a little bit towards the roosted summit, and there is a few that are broken and slightly not well... I would say not well constructed at this point because they've probably been there for a while. Just slightly around the immediate surrounding. And as you guys understand, like these feathers are huge. They are about 30 feet long, about 5 feet in width, and
What the fuck?
yeah, and probably about 6 inches in thickness.
I feel like whoever the fuck gave us this mission kind of like did it. I think we got debated because how the fuck are we supposed to get this down?
No,
I mean, it's a feather. It's probably not heavy. So
We skated down, duh.
It's just big.
Yeah, it's just big. It's probably not heavy though. Okay, but
It's
wide is-
valuable for a reason.
yeah, how far away is the nearest good-looking feather then?
From you, a good-looking feather, probably about 100 feet.
Okay,
Yeesh.
and we're out in a slight opening.
Yeah, and
Are there
he
like
is.
scattered trees around us, or is there a tree line we can run to?
It's a slight thicket of a forest, about 30 to 40 feet downwards. It's sparse up here, and you guys would probably have to basically bum rush your way into the thicket of the forest before I could probably catch you on the side of this mountain.
Okay, so
So there's a clearing
Is it
here. There's some trees that are very sparingly around here, and then it goes all the way up to the roost.
and you said it's probably gonna get to us within the next couple of seconds.
Yeah,
Like in terms of turns.
in terms of a turn, it will take its turn to get to you.
So it's at 60 feet away from us.
No, it's about 120 feet away from you. It's
Oh,
going
great.
to use a dash action to try and get to you.
Okay.
It's a big bird. It's fast.
I can only run 25 feet.
Question: Is it still raining?
No, you guys are above the clouds. It is
Above the cloud.
It is clear as a crystal night up here, and the bright moon shining down upon all of you.
Alright, well,
We hide? I don't know. No,
We-
you can see us.
we need a feather.
I mean,
I'm
we're
dashing.
clearing.
I'm dashing for a feather.
All right, so
And our walking speed is 25 feet, right, Reki?
that
Yes.
Okay, so how about this? Can I pick River up since Gara has like 45 walking speed, or without it over encumber me?
I wouldn't think so.
She's
Make
halfling
a
and you're strong.
yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're strong enough in order to lift what is, I'm assuming, about a 45-pound.
I mean, plus my.
This way, wee child. Woo!
Yeah.
Gara's gonna pick up the children and book it in the direction where everyone else is going.
I'm going to try to spread out from the others though, so that it doesn't like get all of us at the same time.
Okay.
I weighed it all up with my equipment. Equipment now is 113 pounds.
What?
Garu.
my
Garu isn't
equipment.
like wearing much.
Okay, Garu,
Yeah.
make just a strength check,
Okie dokie.
like a general
I
strength
weighed
check.
40 pounds, but the rest
That's
of
a
the people I
19.
had with me.
It's a 19. All right, it's simple enough. You pick up these small ones, underarm, and you hear, or just the vibrations of the air is so massive, and you feel the gusts of winds from the giant wing beat from atop the roost, and you know there is something in the sky. It is terrifying you.
There's no time. Flee! He's gonna pick up He's gonna pick up River and Lionel and just fucking book it.
Uh,
Catatonic.
I'm going to have Franz wild shape into a panther, pick up Lionel by his teeth, and then run in the same direction as Garu.
Wait,
by his
hold
teeth?
the fuck up, because do I get to say this, or am I a fucking football?
Do you go catatonic or not?
Football.
If I don't know if Lionel's like on the ground in shock or fear and can't move.
I said that in Jake because Boo said he's picking me up, and then you say you're picking me up, and I'm like, hi, I can talk.
We passed it. You're the football now.
Garu going, no, we need to grab the feather.
Yeah,
Go
no,
on!
Helena is running for a feather, by the way. I'm not hiding. She's booking it for a feather.
Okay, so you are going towards the roost at this point. The most cleanest feather that you can find is towards the top. And at this point, Helena, you go up. As for the rest of the group, you guys are going into the forested area, correct?
Canis isn't letting Helena run out alone.
Yeah, we cannot let her leave her alone. I need to get out of here.
All right, so Canis, you're following Helena, correct?
Yep.
All right. As for the rest of you, what are you doing?
Franz is running with Garu. He's out of there. Sorry.
Okay, so you guys are heading back down the mountain.
I guess Carl will just go wherever the majority of the group is going. I guess, and it's like
that's
he needs a seeing eye person.
Okay, there are two people heading up the mountain, and there are two people not making a decision because you need to know where you're going. So
we need to go back and help them get the feather.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, Trevor pretty much just got fucking busted out of deciding on this, so it's up to you guys now.
All right, so you two, at this point, you two, because you're running out of time, are heading up with Helena and Canis, all at the same time, moving your maximum speed.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Which the monkey's like, what, 80?
Dashing?
I think so.
Dashing doubles that, right? Yeah, that would be like...
Yeah, dashing is double your move.
Yeah, that would be 90 feet.
Alright.
That would be 100 feet if I'm a panther, so yeah.
Alright, so, at this point...
So we bypass Canis and Helena.
So, this thing, as it finally begins to bank around, and it begins to see this small group of people heading up towards its roost, it comes rushing, and as soon as it gets a little bit within 30 to 40 feet of the side of its roost, it shows its giant talons, and it is going to try and grapple you, Garu, and subsequently, because you are the brightest colored thing here, and also subsequently River, because she is within your grasp.
That's what you think, but
she's got them Wendy pigtails going on.
Oh shit!
She's got a giant braid to hang on to.
All right, so that is going to be a 19 to attack. Garu.
Wait, what? Oh, that fucking hits.
All right. Grab my d8s.
Damn!
Alright.
Question, would I be able to use my halfling nimbleness to prevent this?
No, because you're in Garu's grasp.
Damn it, Garu.
Damn it! Ah! I just want to make some distance.
Alright, so, Garu, you take 19 points of slashing damage as its talons come and grab, and you feel the sharp edges begin to crush you, and you're holding onto River, trying to protect River with your life. At this point, I need you to make a strength check.
Okie dokie.
Because you actually, a strength check with disadvantage, because you have somebody in your grasp.
Oh, fucking damn it. Why are you punishing? Ah! Oh,
you made this decision, not me.
Okay, it was a dirty 20 and a nat 20.
Okay,
Nice.
so at this point, it does not grapple you, as it barely claws at your back, and you manage to just slip through as it begins to grip down, and it lands on the side of its roost, its giant wings beginning to beat, and at this point, it's going to make 2 attacks, one onto Helena, and then one subsequently onto the Panther.
Oh no.
All right, so the first one is going to be onto Helena. That is going to be a 12.
That misses.
All right, and then for the Panther is Franz. Franz, that is going to be a... That is going to be a 27.
Oh no.
Oh, I think that hits.
Yeah, Knuckles.
So.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, my D6. They went everywhere. All right.
Yep, yes, that's gonna most definitely hit.
All those D6s.
Don't you love it when a DM says, yeah, does a 25 or more hit you?
No, yeah, totally it does. This totally doesn't hit. Most definitely.
I just want to make sure. I want to do my math properly here.
So,
Let's see, 12, 14, 14, 13, and 27.
right? So as the wind begins to blast all towards you, it reels back with its giant beak. It lets out this bellowing screech above the clouds, and it begins to peck towards the side of its roost. It barely misses you, Helena, and then as it begins to see the panther just barely running across, it comes down and whacks you right over the head. You feel the piercing damage of about 19 points onto you.
How many attacks?
It literally knocked the panther out of me. I'm now no longer a panther.
Okay, so he tried to grapple, he tried to attack, and double attack again. Jesus
3 attacks.
Christ.
It's a legendary fucking monster.
Yeah, I know, but god damn it.
So, at this point, it is now staring over all of you. And you guys see very nice feather right overhead, Helena. At this point, you guys have one more chance to figure out what you are all going to collectively do before I'm going to continue with a combat round.
What do you mean by overhead? Where overhead?
It is outstaturing all of you. You guys are probably below its sternum, and its wings are almost wrapping around the top of its roost.
Well, heck, can I try to make a grab for it?
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Alright.
A base strength check to try and get this feather.
That is... what the heck is my strength? That's a 15.
That is a 15. So, as you grab what looks like to be the end of a feather, kind of like what you would use for the riding end, and you begin to pull on it, it is kind of like a very light birch wood, something crumbly that would break under your foot. As you begin to try and lift it, the air is kind of whipping it around, and you are holding on to it for dear life. And it's in your grasp, you're not letting go, and you have it now, but at this point, you are encumbered.
Okay, can I Misty Step with this thing?
That is.
It is an object? Question mark?
It is an object. Let me see. Because...
I was going to point out, I set up Tensor's floating disk for just such an occasion.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, but how fast does that move?
You teleport up to 30 feet.
It moves with me.
Yep, it's going to follow Lionel.
Okay. I'm going to say yes, because it does not describe if there is something within your grasp or something that you have in your hands. It just says, you, briefly surrounded by a silvery mist, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. So
right.
I'm assuming since your objects teleport with you, this is going to teleport with you as well.
Alright, Helene's just going to shriek out, run for cover! And she's going to teleport full 30 feet to the closest thing. Actually, did I have a movement too? Was it like just right there within my grasp, or?
Yeah, you literally ran for it, jumped up, and grabbed it.
Okay, I'm going to take
down.
whatever movement I had first. But how much movement would that have been, would you say?
So you are halfway down to the main area of where you were standing, and you can now bolt down and continue down to the heavy thicket forest area, probably towards its cusp, but it's not in there yet. You would have to wait until your next round for you to actually be in it.
Okay. In that case, I'm just going to run for the time being. I'm just going to use my full movement first. I'm not going to Misty Step in that case. I'll hold off on that.
Okay, so you make it towards back down to the cleared bottom area, and that's just your base movement.
Okay.
Alright, so you'll hold on to your mystery step. What are the rest of you doing?
Question.
Yeah.
This monster,
Mm-hmm.
how animalistic is it? Like what level of like how intelligent is it? Is it like super smart, or like at least sentient enough to understand what's happening?
Giant fucking bird.
Giant fucking bird.
Giant
I want to try to at least speak with it to see why it's so fucking angry.
Because we're intruding on its road.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
Clawed it menacingly.
So,
yeah.
what are you trying to do here?
I want to see if there is some alternative way to get out of here without dying or having it attack us anymore by speaking to it. But if it's too angry, then I'm just gonna be like, well, there's no saving us at this point.
What are you using? Let me be specific. Are you trying to speak with this animal?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to speak with the ring that I have it's the ring of animal influence that has speak with animals, and I want to see like I want to try to communicate with this bird to not kill us.
You can certainly try. I will say that.
Okay. What do I need to roll for?
You can try and talk to it. You don't have to roll, just try.
All right. Franz literally claps both of his hands to his mouth. He's like, I'm sorry, but what seems to be the problem? We don't mean to intrude in your area.
So as you begin to shout this out, and you're using the ring of animal influence, it looks at you with a cocked head, and it begins to lean back as if getting ready to attack you.
Oh God!
Oh no!
River's
Alright, well.
yell, Lionel, polymorph it!
Polymorph the rock!
Polymorph it! I don't know!
That's the dumbest fucking... I have to touch it!
I'm going to throw Lionel at the
Oh, no.
No, don't you?
No!
All right. Well, I tried. Mirror image, please.
All right, so
not get hit.
So
You
as
can also run. You have your movement.
Right.
as you do that, you spend your action casting mirror image as 3 mirror images pop up behind you, and as you turn away, the 3 mirror images begin to follow behind you. I'm assuming you're going to use your 30 feet to get halfway down. As you do,
Yes.
whoop, it's going to make an attack of opportunity because it did attack you last turn.
Okay.
Oh, which, by the way, I need to make an attack of opportunity onto you, Helena.
Well, if he uses his attack of opportunity on me, just for the record, he can't use it.
Alright, so I'll do the first one for you. So it is going to be a
What
13.
do they mean first one?
Oh,
Yeah, attack of opportunity is just a reaction.
Yeah, it's just one reaction.
oh, yeah. Well, then I will say this will be for Helena, which is 13.
Okay.
Is it 13?
And that misses, so that's
That
fine.
misses. Okay. So it barely with its other talon came trying to scratch across, barely misses you, and it pulls back and it stomps back down into the side of the mountain. So you are all free to move out of its range of attack. You all begin to bolt down. All right. So
Question.
yeah.
Will you grant me the ability to polymorph objects?
I think that only comes with true polymorph.
Okay, fair enough.
There's a difference between polymorph and then true polymorph, which I know true polymorph does
Objects.
objects.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think there's also a spell to animate objects specifically.
Let's see. Creature into creature, object into creature. So no. Or
Okay,
creature
fair
into
enough. Cause no, but
All right.
I'm debating on being selfish.
All right. So. Okay. So that is going to be Franz. The rest of you, what are you doing?
I will. Am I free from Garo, or am I still in his grasp?
No, you are being held tightly by Garu.
Okay. Is there sun or light? Sunlight?
There is moonlight.
Damn it! That's nighttime.
I'll never let you go.
You dumb fuck!
Never gonna give you up.
Never gonna let
you down.
Fuck.
What are you doing?
Don't if it helps you, I'm gonna be going down with Helena since like we're done here. So
I will create a sound behind it
Oh.
Ooh.
of chirps.
Chirps.
Really big ass chicken flying behind it.
Chirps.
I will consider this a help action. I will consider it so it does have disadvantage on its next attack. As you produce chirps and it becomes distracted by whatever it was as it's leaning back. Alright, so, River, that is you.
I'm grabbed.
Yeah. Gara, what are you doing?
booking it down the mountain with Helena.
Alright, so, do you spend your full action?
To dash, yeah.
Alright, so.
But since I have another action, can I punt River down the mountain?
No, you can move.
Go long!
You can move, or you can spend your action punting, or move and then punt, or use your full action to get all the way down there.
I will say dashing. Will be
Yeah, just dash. That was funnier, but that's more logical.
No, no, it's fine. Don't you know?
That would've been
Halflings have
hilarious.
cat-like reflexes. She'll land on her feet.
Yeah,
Alright, so-
exactly.
And she lost face first right into a fucking icicle.
Cool.
Oh god.
Alright, so at this point, Canis and Lionel, what are you two doing?
Fucking running!
Running?
Yeah,
Okay.
Glenn already got that feather.
Alright, so you guys begin to book down the mountain. At this point, as it, distracted by whatever it was that was tripping behind it, comes back
was
down
trying
with
to
its
make-
beak and
I
then
was-
hits its roost.
Basically, I was trying to make chirps.
Yeah.
It attacked its roost. Good job, numbnuts.
It's a bird.
You idiot. Fucking idiot.
Bird brain.
So, as it begins to pull up and it begins to see these little things begin running down the side of its roost, you feel the burst of air from behind all of you as its wings begin to beat the side of the mountain and the air becoming displaced as it now begins to lift off back into the sky. So, at this point, you guys are making your way down the mountain as fast as you possibly can. You begin to see as it banks again, as if trying to hunt and eat. So, at this point,
Oh fuck.
since you guys are close towards this slightly open area trying to make it back down, it is going to bank, and it is going to try and dive once more and trying to grab something to eat.
Can I?
So,
Can I wave my cape to try and get it to attack me?
I also have something I want to do.
Question,
I was going
how far
to-
down the mountain are we?
you are in that open area where you guys had landed.
May I suggest something so we don't talk over each other?
Mhm.
Let's roll initiative.
Let's what?
Shall we?
Roll initiative. Roll initiative.
Oh,
Well, we hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
actually,
so that we're not talking over each other, we roll initiative instead of having a talking stick.
Yeah.
okay.
Ah.
the point of the order, people.
Where's my pen?
The pecking order.
15.
If you will.
I have a 16.
I have a 6.
I got a 10.
Hold up.
Yep.
I had to roll for the rock. Alright. So, in the usual order, Gar, what are you?
6.
6? Okay.
Oh wait, never mind. I forgot to do the plus. That's 8
Yeah, every time.
every time.
Yeah, every time. Alright, so what is it?
Every time. It's 8.
It's 8. Okay. Okay. Garo. Alright, River.
It's going to be a 22.
Okay. Helena.
10.
What is your... Oh, no. I'm assuming it's better. Okay. Canis?
14.
Alright. Line out.
15.
And Franz.
16.
Alright. So, at this point, it's now the top of the round. River. You're in the grasp of Garo. What are you doing?
Yep, I can't do much other than trying to prevent it from attacking us or try to distract it. So I'm just going to boom the volume of my voice and try to do a screech as loud as possible in its direction.
Alright. So, you're attempting to distract it now that it is dive bombing you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to have you make a deception check.
Deception.
Yeah. Because you're trying to make yourself seem more dangerous than what you are.
Gotcha.
Actually, no, make that intimidation. Since you're trying to...
Oh, okay,
yeah,
that's
since
good.
you're trying to make yourself more dangerous than what you are.
That one is good for me. That's going to be a 16.
That's going to be 16? Okay.
Yeah.
Noted. Alright. Franz. What are you doing?
It's currently dive bombing, trying to eat one of us, correct?
Yep.
I want to be able to... I'm gonna produce flame and try to fire a shot of flame at it to get it to, like, stop it or something.
So you're casting a spell?
Yes.
What spell are you casting?
Produce flame at will.
Produce flame.
It's a...
Oh, it's a
yeah,
druid.
produce flame's
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very particular. Produce flame. See.
No, yeah. In case it wasn't obvious, I was using thaumaturgy.
Produce flame. A flame sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim for another 10 feet. You can also attack with the flame. Hurl a flame at a creature within 30 feet of you. Alright, make a ranged spell attack.
Okay. 15 plus 7 is 22?
That will hit.
22.
That will hit.
Okay. Let's see here. It's a 2d8. I strike it for exactly 8 damage.
Alright. So, as the flame leaves your hand, as it begins to reach towards its face, poof, it almost as if unaffected. It does look like it's tinging some of its feathers on its face. It's still coming at you hard.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's almost as if it ate the flame.
Oh.
Alright, so it's now Lionel. What are you doing?
Oh man. Okay, so polymorph allows me to transform into a creature that's a CR2, correct? Something that I would know that exists?
I think it lets you polymorph into anything of your level as CR or lower.
Yeah, so it up to CR7.
As long as it's a beast.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why I built the table I did, so I can store my my handbooks.
So I can make a creature that's up to CR7, you're saying?
Yeah.
Same. Okay.
Okay, because I'm looking desperately right now. Give me one moment. I'm so sorry. I've been looking through this shit as quickly as possible, and now the turn has caught up to me. And hoofa! All right, let's see.
Polymorph. Okay. See, the spell transforms you to a creature that you can see within range to a new form. Transformation lasts for the duration. It is. The new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target or target's level if it doesn't have a challenge rating. So
because it was going to be me.
Yeah. So anything's level 7 or below.
Cool. Because I'm seeing a really cool name here, and I don't know if you'll allow me to do it. Giant Ape.
Giant Ape.
Gorilla.
Giant Ape is CR7.
Unga.
Okay. Thank God for.
But how giant is this ape?
Huge.
That's a huge.
It's King Kong size.
Oh.
Good.
Not
Nice.
Alright. I'm gonna say yes.
Oh god, it is.
Cool.
I'm gonna say yes, since it is huge. Lionel, as how do you do this? Because you have your ways.
I didn't know if you would allow me to do this, so I didn't come up with a rhyme. So if you allow me to just, while we're waiting on my next turn, I'll come up with a rhyme. But for the sake of it, I just want to fucking do this.
Okay, so much like the guy in that meme where you slap your hands together and lick your lips, and suddenly you spread your arms out, and suddenly your friends are surrounded by a giant ape as it grows the size of King Kong. Right out of the forest, looking at this giant rock. Now slightly confused at the thing that just grew into, basically a freaking 15-foot hulking monster.
Cupping my hands together and slamming down on its head. I'm getting it away from everyone.
It still hasn't met you just yet, so
Good.
you hold your actions as you get ready for it.
Yeah, as he comes at me, I'm just gonna Goku hand over the head. Here I go, bitch!
Also, its intelligence is -2. So so that's your intelligence modifier. Like I have the stats just in case.
Good, because look.
I know what you're doing.
Listen. I just want to be Donkey Kong.
Okay, and so you are. You may smack it once. All right, Canis.
Once?
Well,
It has two attacks, but I'm just making.
Bingus bongus become as Kongus. There you go.
There, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, Canis, what are you doing?
Biggest Benz.
Canix is going to shout at the rest of them to keep running, and he'll stay back with Lionel in case he goes down.
Okay, so you're gonna hold your action. All right, at this point, Helena, it's now currently your turn. You have a giant feather in your hand.
Yep. I'm gonna keep running with said giant feather. Do I see any possible places for us to take cover in?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Yeah, why is it always perception that I roll crappy on? 12.
12. Helena, as you are scanning and inspecting as much as you can, out of the corner of your eye, just as if like a jolt to your left, there seems to be a slight divot in the side of the mountain. You're not too sure, but it's there. You notice it. Alright. What are you doing?
I'll yell to the group. I might see cover, and Helena will move towards it. She's just going to make sure said possible divot is safe to go and hide in.
So, as you move your full 60 feet, it's still a little bit out of range. The sinking feeling does go away, as you do notice. It looks like a small cave. Small caved area. Alright, so that's about another 40 feet away from you, Helena, so just so you know. Alright, at this point, the rock, it is now the rock's turn. Which is really weird because I feel like I'm speaking about Dwayne.
You can just speak about both.
Yeah.
It turns into a Scorpion King.
As the rock, the Scorpion King, as it begins to come dive bombing down, it is going to try and attack you, Lionel, but with disadvantage because of River's help action.
Hell yeah! It has to be an armor class 12.
Alright. It is going to be a 17, unfortunately.
Well, that hits. But it's okay, because I have 157 HP!
Yeah!
Yeah, you're a big ass monkey now.
Oh, yeah. Alright.
So
You're a chunky monkey.
Oh, there goes my mic. Alright. Oh my god. What the fuck? That is going to be 32 points of piercing damage as it comes down with its beak and it hits you dead on, and you grab hold of it as hard as you can in order to try and stop it as fast as you can. Your feet digging deep into the side of the mountain. You hear the cracking and breaking of trees as they begin to shatter behind you. The pressure is so much. And then, at this point, it's going to make its 2 talon attacks onto you.
Could I not attack based on hold action?
Actually, at that point, I will say go ahead. You may certainly do that.
Cool, because giant ape. You're welcome to tell me to go sit and spin if you want me to, but I'm just saying here. Ape makes 2 fist attacks.
Yep.
Kick ass. Here I go. Melee weapon attack +9.
Yeah, and that will do 3d10 plus 6. If it hits.
my
If it
gosh.
hits.
19 plus 9, so...
That hits. And the second attack?
Second attack, here I go. Not so great. That would be a 16.
That barely hits.
Nice.
That's 16, 10 plus 12, my friends.
Guys, we need to support Lionel. We need to get back down.
This would work!
Fucking giant monkey motherfucker.
10, 11. 11, so 17 on the first hit.
Okay.
And... Okay, 15... 21 on the second hit!
Alright, so, 15, 21, 36 plus 12, I believe? Or
Yes. Because it's two hit, so
Yeah.
that would be plus 12.
Okay, doing math, 36 plus 12, 48 points of bludgeoning damage. So as you stop it with your hands, and it pierces your upper torso, it doesn't get in, but you feel it run bloody. And at this point, you take your opportunity to, as it stops, to beat its face in with your 2 giant fists. Crack! Crack! You hear as it reels back with a giant screech. It actually did something to this thing. And at this point, as it begins to lean back, it swipes with its talons onto you. So, it's a badass.
12.
Alright, so first one's going to hit with the 27, and the second
attack.
one is going to be a...
You assisted and distracted you with a disadvantage roll.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so its first attack was with a disadvantage. This time I think it's 2 attacks. So, so the first one's going to hit with a 27. The second one's going to be a 9 plus 5 is 14.
14.
Okay.
So yeah, both hit. I'm keeping calculations, so don't worry. I got the HP going.
Okay. Good to know.
Right now, I am currently at 125 HP.
Okay, good to know. So... So the first swipe is going to be 14 points of slashing damage.
14, okay.
And then the second swipe... And the second swipe is going to be 19 points of slashing damage.
Alright, I am at 92 out of 157.
Alright. And at that, it is now resting once again on the side of the mountain. And as it begins to regain its composure, you begin to see it unfurl its wings once again, and he's going to try and spend his next action to try and get out of there. All right, Garu, it is now your turn.
Okay, Yarrow, for the sake of the argument,
Yes.
would Reverse Thaumaturgy activate that sight vision thing you did of the bees, by any chance?
Oh shit.
So, I would say in this moment of the action, you would have seen it now come down and meet with the giant ape that suddenly came to your aid.
Okay then. Okay. Alright. So that's the case.
Yeah.
Gar's gonna pull out his gun.
This is
Sprinting
I
down
pull
the
out my gun!
With River in tow, he's just gonna casually take the pistol out. You're within my range. He's gonna fire directly at the eyes, or
So,
at least try to.
keep in mind, you are way ahead of Lionel.
What
And
was the range of the gun?
it
The
doesn't...
range is.
At this point, it would meet the range of the gun. The problem is that Lionel is now in front of this giant
I'm a huge
rock.
creature.
Yeah.
Okay, so what if
It
I
has
don't
3/4
move?
cup.
Would I just like stay a little bit back? Would I still be in sight range?
Technically has 3/4 cover.
Wait, you in sight range? I don't think so. Sight.
Shit. I
You
get
can
it.
risk
I
it.
get it. Shit. Damn it. I was gonna do something cool, but that's too risky.
I am accounting for the fact that you're blind. Just know that. Like, you can tell that there are now 2 ginormous fucking creatures over there. But they
Just in
are
that general-
blobs. They are blobs to your senses.
Okay, so. Alright, I'm gonna do this instead. He's gonna talk to River. Hey, do that again.
Sure. I can't get down from here, so.
He's gonna let her go.
Okay?
But-
And you drop River, and River, you eat sticks.
Ah, come on.
Okay, so I guess we're like a little bit down the mountain then, since we're like moving.
How far are we from Lionel?
Lionel, at this point, after staying behind, if you guys move your full movement, he's about 20, 25 feet away.
Hey, you guys!
Okay, shit.
If it's that close, can you not just move diagonally and be able to shoot it from the side?
Yeah, but we don't really I can't really tell about the map, so
I
but
gotcha.
that's up to you, Yarrow.
I would say if you move towards where Helena told you guys to go, you would probably have a clear shot. But
Okay.
once again, you guys are heading into the forest thicket, so it still has, I would say, half cover, but not. You know, once again, these are blobs to your senses.
All right, I'm gonna hold that action till River does another thaumaturgy.
Okay.
We're gonna get a clearer shot. We're gonna line it up.
All right. So I will say that. So it is now River's turn. What are you doing?
I will also move a little to the side and try to apply, if possible, again a help action with the thaumaturgy. Just go, hey, you guys!
And
Yell at the thing.
as you bellow this giant sound coming out of you, Garu, make a perception check, just as your reaction for this turn, okay?
With the -10 or just the raw one?
I would say just a straight, zero. In this sense, like you're trying to pick up your senses. This is your skill and ability as a blind monk.
Okie dokie. That is a 17.
The 17? Okay.
Yeah.
So to you, Garu, you begin to see slightly crisper lines as you can tell the individual trees and the giant ape and the giant bird now duking it out.
He smells the threat of opportunity.
Right. All right.
Fucking Demon Slayer.
So, River, what else are you doing?
That's my action.
Okay. So you make it towards Helena at this point. I will say that. Franz.
I want to still be in range towards Lionel. I don't want to leave him alone.
Okay. Franz, what are you doing?
Quick question, Lionel, how much health you got?
I'm at 97 out of 157. I'm at 92 out of 157.
I am going to have Franz use Healing Spirit, and within range of 60 feet in that 5-foot cubic foot where Lionel is, he's gonna cast Healing Spirit there to heal him up.
All right. And as I'm assured, it is once again the Penguin.
Actually, that was Sir Waddles Sr. This is Sir Waddles Jr.
Oh, okay. It's good to
yes,
know.
different.
So, as Sir Waddle Jr. appears besides this giant ape's foot, holding back the giant rock, Sir Waddle Jr. barely taps the ankle area of this giant ape, and he heals.
He heals him up for 3d6 worth of health.
It's a very realistic penguin with a
Jaro, how much of a monkey wrench have I thrown into this plan?
None. This is way out of here. I thought you guys had gotten long out of here, but turning a giant ape, man, that's awesome.
Lionel, you get back 10 health.
Nice. I'm at 102.
All right. So, I'm assuming that is going to be Franz's turn.
Yep.
All right. Lionel, you are now facing off like fucking Kong and Godzilla. Only... All right, no. Rodon.
Yeah, Rodon, yeah.
Rodon, yeah. Like Kong and Rodon.
So did he fly away, you said?
He is beginning the process of flying away.
Oh, he's beginning the process. So I'm still within melee range.
Oh yeah, he's right in front of you.
Oh, okay, sweet. Because if he was gonna move away, I still have an option for that.
Ooh.
I have a ranged option.
Nice.
All right.
Well, fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead and just banana slam a spike on him. Aerial down A, motherfucker. Let's go.
Oh god.
All right.
So that will be a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
On the first one. Let me roll the second one. That's a 20. Soft 20.
Soft 20, that will also hit.
Yeah, that was a 10 and a 12. So plus 9. Here I go. Rolling 3d10 again.
It is terrifying to know he now has that skill and ability. But like,
Dude,
here's the reality of it all. I would know that Lionel knows what a giant ape is and what it would look like simply because of how smart he is.
Yep.
The amount of bookage he would know. Yeah, the Reedy boy would know.
Why wouldn't the wizard know about this shit?
He's got options.
Even better, Tyrannosaurus is a CR7.
No, it's a CR8. It's a dude, trust me, I'm disappointed too.
Yeah. This is why polymorph is so fun.
So the first attack is 11 plus 6. So we'll just say for 11, then we'll add 12 to this.
Okay.
So first roll 11.
11.
Oh my. 18, 19. All right. So the other roll is 19. Okay. So 31 plus 12.
31 plus 12, so 42 points of bludgeoning damage. As once again, not aiming for the head, hopefully this time trying to break something in its sternum, you punch twice from its unfurled wings. You hear boom, crack, and it reels to the side, and it actually feels desperately hurt. And so at this point, it's still standing, but it lost a little bit of air.
Is he gonna move away from me? Because with that attack of opportunity would.
You would find out. You will find out. All right, Canis, it is now your turn.
How far away is the rock from Canis?
At this point, from where you've ran down, he's about maybe 20, 25 feet. You're off to the side trying to stay out of these two titans' way.
Oh, cool. I cast slow on the rock.
Yes!
I just fucking used ragtime on it.
Yeah. DC 14 wisdom save.
Alright.
Good.
I can't believe we're doing this.
This is amazing.
Like,
What a comeback.
I want to kiss as fucking person, Jesus.
We're getting feathers tonight, boys!
You know, you joke,
guys?
it is ragtime. Alter time around up to 6 creatures of your choice in a 40-foot cube.
Yo!
Fuck!
Technically, yeah, he does fit. He does fit, technically.
Creature, and I just make the AoE the rock.
Okay, so here's the thing. It rolled a 13.
It failed. So the effect of that is it can only use either one action or a bonus action on its turn. It is at half its speed. A -2 penalty to armor class and dexterity saving throws. Can't use reactions. And only gets 1 attack per round, regardless of the creature's abilities or magic items.
Yeah.
It makes an additional save at the end of each of its turns.
Okay.
Canis so much.
That's great.
So fucking gross.
I was kidding myself thinking we were gonna have to fucking fight this thing, but now I'm just like, oh man. Oh man!
Y'all keep forgetting this is a domain spell for me.
Not to mention we keep forgetting we're level 7.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. It has legendary actions. You can tell me to go fuck myself for all I know.
It only gets 1 action a turn, bitch.
Alright, so
Better use it.
it is now currently Helena's turn. Helena, what are you doing?
Alright,
Whips out popcorn and watches.
Almost. She is going to
Should.
kind of get towards the edge of the cave. She's not going to go in it, though. She's just gonna, she's just gonna take aim at the rock with her bow. I assume it's within 120 feet.
From where?
150?
From it's just barely within it. So it's barely within that 120 area. So you may certainly try.
Huzzah!
However,
Let's try.
However, to note, it does have a higher AC because you are now in the thicket of the woods.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll try it anyway.
And then also the giant gorilla.
Yeah.
And
Well,
also the giant gorilla.
She's now offset enough to where she can fire at the rock.
25.
25. That will hit.
All right, and I assume that's sneak attack because Lionel's there. So.
Yes.
Yay!
Straight arrow.
Okay. So that's and then how much do I have? I think it was 4, right? Yeah, 4. 10, 14.
Guys, how bad would it be if I wanted to try to suplex the bird?
Oh,
Sure.
do it.
It's
20
your moment. Go for it.
20 damage.
20.
Yeah.
Phew! And you hear the soft thump as it enters the side of this bird. So, it is now the rock's turn. Understanding its current situation.
It was this moment he knew he fucked up.
He is going to
math in his head.
spend his entire action to basically take off. And he goes woof, 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 and he's gonna leave your area of attack.
Is it an area of effect, or is it just no? Is it an area of effect, or is it?
No, like
It
the area
Up to 6
effect was
creatures in a
like,
40-foot cube, so I pick it as one of the starting creatures, and it's just active on that creature.
It's just
Yeah,
on him.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
an area that needs to stay there.
So it takes off about 60 feet into the air. Lionel,
Okay.
are you doing something?
I want to grab him.
Make a strength check.
Alright. My strength as a giant ape is +6.
Okay. And it's going to try and beat your strength check. That's what it's going to do.
Here I go. 17 + 6.
Okay.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
If it's a grapple, it's athletics, isn't it?
Alright.
Yeah, but that's still a strength mod, and it doesn't have that on here. So we're going by the giant ape stat.
Okay.
Yeah, check the
So-
skills of the
It is going
I
to
do
be
have the skills of the ape. He doesn't have it.
it is going to be a 27.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. You're right. It's a 29 on athletic. It's a +9, not a +6. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26, I'm sorry. Beat it by 1.
It got an 18. So it's a 27 because it has a +9.
Gotcha.
Well, phew.
Yeah, he beat it out by 1.
Yeah. So as he is beating his wings as hard as he can, you can see it actively trying to beat off the pain it is induced by, and also the effect of slow. It's battling against a giant ape as it is trying to drag it back down, holding it by its talons, and just managing to finally kick you off, and you land back onto your feet, and it goes straight up 60 feet into the air. And
Question:
what?
were any feathers ripped off during this entire combat?
At this point, after the amount of fucking shit you did to it, there are a number of feathers that are fluttering down, spinning like those little twirly things, little toys that begin to spin as you launch them into the air, and they come back down, and they are planting themselves into the ground because of just their weight and design. And it is now 60 feet into the air. It is now going to begin to circle.
Okay, cool. I still have something to do.
So, at this point, it is now the end of the rock's turn. It is now Garu's turn.
Okay,
Did it make it
between the
saving throw for
thaumaturge. Oh, that's right. Go ahead.
Did the rock make its saving throw for the slow effect?
As for right now, that is going to be a 15.
That breaks it.
Okay.
Aw.
So,
Oh, well.
Damn it.
It was good for a turn, though.
yeah,
Still in range.
yeah, it now into the sky as it breaks away from all of you. You see as the effect of slow finally warps and breaks its chain on it, and it begins to start moving at regular speed. Alright, so, Garu, what are you doing?
Okay, between the flapping of its wings, River's thaumaturgy, how clear of a shot do I have?
A pretty goddamn clear shot.
He's gonna fucking take it.
Alright.
Alright. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god, that's a fucking natural 20!
I want to see it
Yeah.
right now. Send that.
Alright, I'm getting my phone.
Heck yeah.
It's about
Get in the phone.
to go down.
No.
Oh shit. Should've been in the other room. Sorry.
Aim for
Alright.
the gizzard.
Taking a photo.
I know better. I have my phone right next.
Only in D6
What?
will the party ever get to battle a fucking rock.
All right.
Listen!
Monkey.
I didn't think this was
Hold
good.
All right, I'm sending it. Sending it right now.
With a giant ape.
Remind me, why are we afraid of a fat woman sitting in a tower?
Because
We have the power.
Wait,
I have this!
Alright.
oh god, this is going to
heck yeah.
Alright.
this is gonna go all the way up to Lionel's head, isn't it?
I was a giant monkey.
So,
All right.
as you begin to see or look, if you can, upwards, and you hold the gun, as you fire like a clear shot in the night, as if for a single split second, the sound waves and the keen senses, it cracks through and you hear still in the air. What is the damage?
The damage? Shit. Hold on. Gotta look at the stats for this. Didn't expect to actually hit. That's a D10. Fuck, where did I put it? Oh, my dice is everywhere. Fuck. Alright, here it is.
Don't add your proficiency. Remember that.
Alright, that is a. Alright, that's just a 5. Yeah, it's just one. It's one D10.
Okay.
So it's a 5.
A 5. So it does 5 points of damage as it hits it.
Wait, doesn't it double it since it's a critical?
Oh, so it does
Plus 10.
10.
Alright, there we go. Max damage.
Alright, so as the end of Garu, River, what are you doing?
I am. So it's 60 feet in the air. So I'm
Yep.
just going to run towards where the ape is. So I'm just kind of closer to where.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello. It's terrifying. So I'm just gonna go in and force this fucking bird, because it's still in 60 feet range, to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh.
As I use Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. Okay.
Hey, how's it going down there?
Natural 20.
Okay.
Aw.
So,
So it succeeds. Yeah. I'm going to use Action Surge to do a second Sacred Flame.
okay.
So another dexterity saving throw.
Let's see. 5.
5 total.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to hit with the DC was 13.
Okay.
That's going to be 15 points of radiant damage.
Okay, good to know. Alright,
And that's going to be my turn.
alright. Franz, what are you doing?
Lionel, what's your health at?
102 out of 157.
All right, Sir Waddles Jr. paps him again to heal him.
Love Sir Waddles Jr.
You two, so cute.
He wants to be like his father.
He's trying his best.
What happened to the
Alright,
first?
that's
father?
that
He
is
retired.
8 health back to you.
How much?
8.
8? Cool.
Okay.
110.
Lionel, it is now your turn.
Lionel just has this Thinker Man posed. Like, he still keeps the Thinker Man, takes his free arm, rips it into the fucking earth, and pulls out a rock. I can throw rocks!
Oh my god, he's fucking raging!
I have a 50 to 100 foot radius to hit this thing, and it is 60!
It's a fucking raging.
Oh, God.
And also, it does 76 bludgeoning damage if it hits.
77 plus 6.
Okay, if we go back, and the freaking dwarf lady goes, "I have an army." We have a Lionel.
We do. MVP.
Just summon the Rajang in front of her and kill her.
Yeah.
Alright. 16 plus 9, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 to hit.
25?
Yep.
Okay. So, as you overhead like a fucking kindergartner with a basketball, throw it, and as it begins to spin around. It does a full 360 before you hear crash as rubble of rock as it explodes upon the impact of this thing. So it does hit.
So, 76! Alright, keep on me with this one because I only have 2d6s in my possession right now.
I'm going to kill the rock with a rock.
Here we go. First rolls. 6 on the first 2.
Okay.
12.
4, 5, 6, 7. 7 on the next 2.
So 13.
Next 2. 5 and a 6, 11.
24.
And last one. Another 4 plus 6.
30.
Okay. Oh. Okay. So, as it crashes against it, the bits of rock now beginning to, as it flaps even harder to try and remain in the air, and maintaining its altitude, rocks begin to fall and hit the ground. Alright. So, Canis, it's now your turn.
Run up to Lionel and cast Life Transference on him.
What does that do?
The effect of Life Transference is I sacrifice some of the health and mend another creature of injuries. I take 48 necrotic damage, and one creature of my choice that I can see within range regains a number of hit points equal to twice the necrotic damage I take.
Jesus!
That is
I'm also an Aasimar, so I'm resistant to necrotic damage.
What a skill to take!
You cheeky thing.
You
are wonderful.
You min-max you.
You 4th edition motherfucker.
10, 18, and 5 is 23 on the dice, so you heal 46.
I'm back up to full. Oh no, I'm 1 point shy of full.
Okay. Hit the rock with the rock.
And 23 on the dice, I take 12.
Okay.
God.
Alright.
Have your resistance or just...
After resistance, yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Alright. So, is now Helena's turn, because I'm assuming that was your action.
Yep.
Heck, I'm gonna shoot at it.
Alright. May certainly try.
Shoot it. How far can you throw those rocks?
That's a 22.
22? Okay.
The rocks have a range of 50 to 100.
Oof.
Alright. So, it does hit. It does hit. Because it is... Wait, what's the range?
It's 150 to 600.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
I'd hope so.
Yeah. I'd hope so too. I'd be impressed. I'm gonna assume this does not have sneak attack though. There's nobody next to him, right?
Yeah, there's nothing. It's straight up in the air.
Yep. All right. Oh, that's a pretty good roll though. 10 damage.
All right. So, foop. Another arrow hits this thing. All right. It is now the rock's turn. It is going to spend its full action to basically fly the fuck away.
Yeah!
So, as its wings now begin to beat and begins to now soar the opposite direction of where you guys are because it's fucking tired of it, flies the other direction as fast as it can and almost dives back into the clouds in order to try and avoid any more interaction past the summit. You guys make it with your lives with the help of MVP as you fall.
Heck yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Well, come on, gang. Let's collect some feathers and head on down the mountain, shall we?
It's gonna be a whole lot easier with a giant ape with us.
Helena does that really friendly punch to what I'm just going to assume is Lionel's ankle because he's massive.
His toe.
River
Job,
is
buddy.
going to hug his toe.
Okay.
Just hugs all around.
You just hear it. You
All
just
hugging
like
the ankles.
look like fucking caveman eyebrow, just like looking down at everyone in a big fucking like just booming voice. I'm helping.
What you guys hear is.
All right, we're gonna just grab as many feathers as we can.
Grab as many feathers as I possibly can. Let's go down the mountainside, boys.
All
right,
let's go.
So at this point, you guys collect what is
Lumberjacks.
like lumberjacks, a collective of about 30 rock feathers. Not sure what you're gonna do with all of them. Not sure what you're gonna do with all of them, but since you've managed to scare off the rock away from this area, you've managed to look around and you are all like, ooh, that one, and that one, and that one.
That one and
Now
that
that we're
one.
not running for our
Everyone,
lives
that
with one
one.
feather.
Yeah.
This is great. How long does Hippolymorph stays after
It's like
this?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, it lasts for about 10 minutes. So with the help of a giant ape friend and with a little bit of direction versus its intelligence, managed to collect that many. And Lionel reverts back into his Apsu form, and
You guys watch as like the ape shrinks and then sinks into the fucking snow, and then out pops Lionel with 2 fists over his head. Yeah!
Yeah, River is going for a hug, like a full-on hug for Lionel. Like, Jesus.
That was the dumbest thing I ever did from reading from one of my books.
That was
That-
the greatest, dumbest thing you have done.
That was splendid.
You did such a good job.
so
All right, let's.
Tanis is still looking at the horizon in case the thing comes back.
make a perception check.
Okay, then.
It's coming back. Oh no.
15.
15.
What's wrong with 10 of his friends?
From what you can tell from atop of its roost, and the clear area that you've all kind of gathered back to, as well as whatever the battleground was here, it doesn't seem like it's making any intention on returning for right now. And as you guys are looking beyond the cloud lines, it's made no effort. So you've probably scared it off for a while.
Hey, Yarrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Tensor's floating disc to help with carrying this shit.
How wide is Tensors? Now that I'm...
It's a
Tensor.
5-foot space.
Yeah, it's a 5-foot space, but it still helps.
Yeah.
All right.
Just gotta stack 'em.
It's like a dolly to help us move.
We're
So-
all, we're all
Yeah.
in a line, basically, just together holding all these fucking things, and
Mhm.
the tensor this too.
Okay.
Holding a kilogram of feathers.
But we could probably actually bundle them up more and use our rope to, keep them tight and close together.
Yeah, like
so they're not
gloves.
all over the place. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The real question.
Okay, so basically we're spending time to support and bring these things down together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that we bring several feathers, not just one.
So at this point, you guys would be encumbered depending on, you guys are encumbered just by holding onto one each. It would take you a long time to come down this mountain with that many feathers, depending on how many you're bringing.
Would there be any way to shove any of them into the bag of holding?
You could certainly try.
I mean,
Hey, you know what I could do? Enlarge reduce.
wait.
Like we are
Well,
basically
One that
doing
only
this.
lasts for like a few minutes.
We're basically doing this, but with a bundle of feathers, basically.
Yeah.
At least to
Oh my
to
God.
get it inside the bag.
For what it would be, I mean, the bag by design probably would be able to fit the feathers as is, but that depends on how many. So you could certainly try.
I mean, unless someone else tells me that this is a bad idea, we'll just take a few then.
No, do it.
Cool question. If bronze transformed into a certain animal, and was able to carry it because he can stay in his wild shape form for up to, I think, 3 hours before reverting back to normal. Yeah, 3 hours before reverting back to normal. Couldn't Lionel just like enlarge me, and I could just carry them for a while?
I mean, I could.
So trudge down the mountain as like an ox or something?
Yeah.
The thing is that you are. It took the better part of what was 5 hours to get up here. I believe it was. No, it took you guys about almost.
About like 8 hours.
8 hours to get up here.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm going to send a message to the guild leader.
Okay. And as you write the message, what do you say? You got 25 words.
We got your feathers.
Okay.
Making our way down the mountain. Do you need them full? Do you need them complete? Or peeled?
I'd imagine you want them.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking like just make them.
Do you want fries with that? Is basically what you're saying.
So out of the 20 words, of the initial message, there's 5 extra words that suddenly, as you turn to your friends to trying to ask, and it sends off.
God damn it.
So a few moments pass by.
What I'm thinking is, I don't think he wants the entire fucking trunk of this thing. I just peel them off.
I mean, there's no harm in saying so. Just toss them in the bag, and then we'll just.
Yeah. Well, okay. Okay, Yaro. Here's a question. That I'm sorry that I'm making this more difficult. How many can I fit in my bag before I have to use reduce?
So, much like any bird feather, even by its, no matter what its width is, it will always squeeze down to its stock. I'm not sure what it's called. As you push it in to the bag of holding, you get one in. You can continue if you want to.
Well, that's what I mean. I want to see what's the maximum I can put in before I have to like use any magic.
So, put one in, then you put 3 more, and then 3 more. And then you put 1 more in, and then as you try and put in the next one, it's almost as if the bag is refusing to let you put anything else in it.
Okay, so we have what, 9?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 9 feathers in comparison to the 1 they asked for. I think we're fine.
I think we're fine too.
We can use those for later.
I'm just going to grab one of the excess we have, and I'm just going to peel it to get the feather. Like what is it called? Like the actual.
Okay.
The fluff, whatever.
Okay.
The fluff. Yeah.
The plumage.
The plumage. Because I'm pretty sure that's what they want. But.
All right.
So you carve one for the plumage.
So
if we bring 8 intact, it means that they could have whoever they have carve it, and if it'd be on them if they fuck it up.
Yeah, and we have those 8 secured in the bag of holding. And just to get some extra, just in case, I'm going to do one.
After a few moments, after your message, hold on. After a few moments of your message have passed. Oh, good. I do have bad news.
Oh no.
It seems like Platypus is in a panicked state, and thus has begun to move the Stone Guard Wardens out violently. Be careful.
Oh,
and that's
boy.
the end of the message.
Oh dear.
Oh dear indeed. I'm going to tell this to my companions that she's scared and in a panic.
Oh, another message comes by.
Oh, what the fuck?
Bring the whole feather. Don't worry about how we'll treat it, but do be careful. This is the end of it.
Oh, that's cute. They only think we have 1.
Okay, in order to cheat this, like, with a 16 strength, could Garo carry one unencumbered? he's like practically got nothing on him.
2 points.
Since there's nothing on you, yeah, I mean, you could probably walk with it unencumbered if it's...
Just know the moment shit goes south, we probably want to get rid of it.
Oh yeah, but we can keep the 9 for ourselves.
Yeah.
It's true.
And besides, if shit goes south and this one gets damaged on our way down, we just pull one out of the bag of holding and say, this is the one we brought down.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
What was that? And besides, if something happens, just drop it and pick it up, drop it and pick it up. Like, it's so difficult.
Or we can throw it as a projectile.
Well, let's get the fuck down the mountain then.
Yep, let's go. Let's move.
All right.
Okay.
So,
By the way, Yarrow, is
Yeah.
the message they send me one that I can reply to?
so far, no. It sounds like it was just a simple message.
Gotcha.
So, as all of you begin the process of heading down the mountain, the clouds slightly dispersed at this point because of the nature of the battle. You guys begin to see, coming from night to day, and since I'm assuming none of you are resting,
I mean,
We want to get down there as fast as possible.
Yeah, we do.
yeah.
Alright, so you all spend what is the rest of the time, about 10 hours, which leaves you the extra 4, as you all make your way down, and you feel almost as if the pressure, you begin to hear voices towards the opening of the city. There are lines of Stone Guard wardens just basically stopping people and asking questions. There are people getting upset, being stopped, and there are now almost as if like small little outbreaks of violent interaction. At this point, you guys are still unseen, but you are watching as this is happening, as you guys do take note.
How are we getting back inside now?
Do you have more bees?
I think
Bees.
the town guard would be a little open-minded to the idea of bees flying over their city gate.
Hey, look at that! Some giant bees with a feather.
All right, so paint the picture for me. Is there like a large wall surrounding the city? Are
Okay,
there any places we can sneak in through or anything like that?
So, as you guys know, there is the one entrance to Krug. There's that main trail that comes all the way from the Great Plains, and then the trail that would lead off to Hoth, Rite. And then there is just a huge amount of thick forest wood that surrounds this trail. They keep it clear so that way people can pass through. From where you guys stand, you're standing a ways, but it is within the thicket of the forest, and then you see the opening where there is lines of guards questioning people and bothering people during this early morning. So you guys have made it down, but it is, you guys are still watching from afar.
Can we not send a message to someone on the inside to be like, hey, can you try to get us away inside? We have your materials.
I don't think I can use this, man. I have a limited resource for this.
If we can get next to the wall, I might be able to teleport in, but that doesn't help you guys at all.
That I could do the same thing, but yeah, that doesn't help them.
Disguises? No,
Could Lionel cast enlarge reduce on the Gargo's feather so that he can easily hide it?
I mean, I could, but I'm also like sitting here saying to myself, I also have I have disguise self. I could make myself out to look like a goblin.
Gar, thank you for
I don't think that's better.
Oh, what?
Gar, thank you for reminding me.
What?
Wait, oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
In case you don't remember what a rock looks like, they are a blue and white style bird with a bit of red on the end of their feathers.
Giant parrot.
Yeah. So, even under normal circumstances with somebody with regular eyes that would be able to see, a guard would make a perception check. So,
Oh boy.
Oh no.
it seems like
That's
they
why I was
are
like-
a bit preoccupied with dealing with the people on the trail than they are looking into the forest right now.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
We throw the feather in the direction of the guard. They go after it. We sneak around.
Using this feather as a distraction.
Use the feather as a distraction. No, it's a distraction, Garu.
They're the same thing.
No.
Okay, so I guess he's just gonna fucking throw it.
No. The fucking possum is like lashed to your face. No.
The most cartoonish thing I could imagine.
It's like, just like slapping him palm first in the forehead. No. Listen to me. We put it off on the distance. We sneak with it off to the distance, and then we get away from it and make a noise for the guard to look at it.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
You sure you don't want me to throw it though?
What? Lionel just fucking like Dio faces at him like, no. Menacingly looking at him. No.
But it can make it quite distance.
You haven't experimented with throwing a feather before, so God knows what would happen.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that physics don't work that way, especially with feathers.
It's heavy enough to encumber us. I'm pretty sure it's like throwing a log.
It's like a javelin.
Yeah.
No, it's a feather. It's meant
It's a-
to be airborne.
It's a feather. It'll fly in random locations. One of those locations right back to us.
Okay, good point.
It would just flap around in the wind and come back down.
Okay, good point.
This is your thing. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna go. We're gonna sneak around, let the thing down, sneak away, and then I guess make a noise to make the guard go towards it.
Take care of it.
Okay. So, I'm going to say you guys are about 80 feet away from it in order to try and cut off as much, possible vision towards you guys as possible, and you set the giant rock feather off to the side. So, what noise is being made within its vicinity?
I look to Franz.
What's up?
You're the druid. Make a noise.
Like a bird call.
Oh, okay.
Can you make it over there instead of here?
And I have thaumaturgy, to which I can just go. Bleh. Wait, no, I don't. I have prestidigitation. Never mind. Wait, I have prestidigitation. I can move it.
Question.
Ooh.
Okay. Quick question. What is the Yara? What is the environment looking like? What's the weather like?
It is still fairly cloudy outside, as now within the morning the clouds have begun to kind of refill the immediate space after last night's event. So it's not raining, but it's partly cloudy.
It's a little muggy out.
Yeah, like a day in Seattle.
All right. Would you guys? Okay, he looks to Lionel. He's like, "Would you rather me make an animal call or call some lightning near them to where they run away?"
Running towards it would be better.
All right. So, about how far from where we are to where the guards are? What's the footage of that?
So from the feather to the guards is about 200 feet away.
Okay.
You guys are about, I would say at this point, at the halfway point. And
It's really far away.
so it's about 100 feet at this point, since you guys have kind of positioned yourself as far away and as out of the line of sight as possible.
Okay. I'm going to, at 120 feet, so that it's a little ways away from them, call lightning at a 3rd level spell. Wait.
On a tree, I hope.
Yes, on a tree, or
Good.
currently in a place that's housing not any real people or anything like that. It's away. I wanted to be a ways away from people,
So are you
Home,
trying
like,
to
area.
call it? Are you trying to call it towards the feather? Is the question.
near the feather.
Near the
But
feather.
do
Okay.
you want to just create the sound of lightning? Because I can do that.
No, he's saying a real lightning bolt.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be big
it's-
and flashy. It'll definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
As you begin to open yourself to the nature and to the call of the clouds, it's dark, it's muggy, it's still too early in the morning. You see above you, clouds begin to slightly swirl. You see little arcs begin to flash. As suddenly, in a crack across the sky, as it comes striking down a tree near the feather, as it releases this huge thunderous boom across the forest, it does alight a tree on fire.
Good.
crack like a sham! Alright, it's on fire.
Stealth, everyone stealth now.
Yeah.
So,
Oh boy.
yeah, everyone should make a stealth, and these guys are going to make perception because that caught their attention.
Do we get advantage because they're distracted with something else?
Yes.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know what beats a nat 20, so.
And that's 21.
I got a 23.
With advantage, right?
That'll be a 28 for me.
All right.
Yeah, you got advantage, right?
Even with
we have advantage on the roll.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's
So
that
just a
is
flat
a
roll for
dirty-
me then.
yeah.
It's dirty 17.
It was a nat 20 or an 18 for me, so.
Okay.
So, yeah.
It's going to be either a natural 1 or an 18 for me.
Okay.
It's going to be a
That's either-
23 overall for me.
I'm assuming Helena made her.
I got 28.
Okay. It basically warps out of
Six.
existence.
She's gone.
Canis.
6.
Even with advantage.
I have disadvantage because I'm in heavy armor.
Oh,
Franz?
Oh no!
Still, like, it's a lot of people who succeed.
What was your stealth roll, Franz?
Oh, 23.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people succeeded. Then the guy wearing heavy armor and blue and white standing in a forest.
Just saying.
Like, with the crack of the lightning. So, as what looks to be the group that was concerned, they see a giant red and blue feather, as well as a tree currently on fire, and now beginning to spread to the immediate area. This huge group of Stone Guard Wardens begin to trot through and try to make it through the muck and mists of the forest. Canis, as you try to stealth with the rest of your friends, as your friends just warp out of existence, leaving you behind like fucking the Flash and the Justice League movie, you stand there almost alone, and suddenly one of the Stone Guard Wardens stop, and about maybe 80 feet away, he turns and he sees the shining boy like a fucking silver piece in water.
Damn it.
And out of the corner of your ear you hear, "It's him!
Fuck, I guess we're fighting
no.
then.
Else help
Frick.
me.
God bless America. All right.
Well,
You heard? What did he hear?
No one else help me.
So, you have the chance to either outrun them, mainly because they are dwarves, or
They have such tiny legs.
I mean,
You got this.
baby legs, here I
God.
I'm going to
Before
suggest...
they start approaching him, Canis will whisper to the group, "You needed a distraction." He'll just put his arms up and walk forward.
go. What, you fucking jackass?
Are you?
No.
Alright. I'm gonna take this for what it is. The rest of you, are you going to head into Krog?
I
Wait,
don't.
How,
I don't.
how
I
many
tr-
how many guards are there?
There is about 15.
Ooh.
And
That ain't great.
you're not sure if there would be more, but you have a decision to make.
Well, obviously the decision is we
I
can't
have-
fucking leave them because it's just we're trading one jerk off for another jerk off in prison.
I mean, has the prison break happened yet?
You don't know.
I wasn't able to. I
You
wasn't
can
able
assume
to-
it has.
He said that he would halfway
Yeah.
through our thing, so we'd have to only assume.
He said
I-
he can take it, but
I
I trust Canis. But
No,
I had a good stealth. Can Helena wave the others to go with them, and I try to tail Canis?
You can certainly do that. Because
Oh,
you are
this-
unseen.
This is such not a good idea.
I don't want to split the party.
Yeah, no, I don't want to split either. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
We're really at an impasse right now because it's either we stay back and fight, but also we still run the risk of getting other guards called out to us, or we go inside, get this other guy, and
Guys,
some-
Yarrow, check the DM in Discord. Let that be a you choice too.
Yep.
Nope, we can't leave this guy. Sorry, because we literally would be trading someone else for a PC to get thrown in jail. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Alright. So, majority of you stay.
I'm going to stay, but still hidden, to see how things play.
Yeah, no, we're still staying hidden because this is going to be a fight. We pretty much are now. We know. Listen. I know you think, River, that this shit's supposed to be finite. It's no longer finite. It's a necessity. You need to tell this guy he needs to come to us. He has to meet us halfway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll stay hidden for now. Helena
Okay.
just silently draw her bow, but she doesn't do anything. She just watches.
Alright, so, I'm gonna
Quick
say
question.
River. Hold on. River, what are you doing?
I don't have the feathers, and I cannot leave these people behind, so I'm just going to stay with them hidden. See how things play.
Alright. And Franz, what are you doing?
Question. So I'm reading here, for up to 10 minutes, I can continuously use my Call of Lightning on one target or a different one, or like on the same target or a different one, if I'm currently still outdoors. Would I be able to strike it again, but this time in the position where the dwarves are gonna end up showing, to where it blasts them back or something, to where we could skedaddle, or would that be impossible?
I would say Call Lightning.
Because it's up to 10 minutes for me to continuously keep using this, so long as I keep concentration on it.
Okay, but hold up. I need to know a very specific. If it's if there's movement involved to where you would need to demand where the lightning is coming down. Because I can assume it's very wizard-like.
I thought the lightning was coming from you.
No, it's coming from a.
It's a source above.
Weather.
Question: are the dwarves wearing tons of metal? Right.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, we're about to flay some dwarves.
Exactly. So would
They
it just
are
like automatically like target them if he's like in the general area? If it targets the general area.
Call it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The answer is yes, Franz.
Okay.
So as long as it doesn't include any more movement, it is now at your demand.
Okay. I'm going to look to everyone and just be like, "Do you want me to do this? Because it's gonna hurt."
Oh,
All right.
let's see what Thanos has in mind.
Yeah, if you fucking roll it, because I'm ready to fucking cast hold person.
All right. I call lightning on the dwarves.
All right. So, like a lightning storm, as it begins to crack down and it's starting to hit more trees, and it does hit a couple of dwarves at this point, and shocks the hell out of a few. Go ahead and roll some damage.
All right. Oh, here's what I'm using. Never mind. So that's 25 damage.
25? Okay. It does shock the hell out of a lot of these fucking dwarves, but it isn't enough to bring them down. So, at this point, it does seem like many are kind of scared off at this point. Canis, I'm going to give you the opportunity to make one more stealth check, as it is distracting and also lighting this forest on fire.
Oh, good.
Okay, then.
This is what I was hoping for. This is what I actually was hoping for.
We did it, gang. We saved the city.
We saved the city. Base stealth roller with advantage.
With advantage, because, once again, forest on fire, giant red feather, and also lots of lightning.
12. I got a shit stealth, and I already have disadvantage because I'm in heavy armor.
They rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god!
That is a stroke of fucking luck.
I'm not fucking kidding you. That's a 3 right now, and I am just like, I'm all like, you don't know what my feelings are. I'm not gonna say. So
He's very upset.
Yeah.
As the lightning and the fire begins to spread within the immediate vicinity, also kind of cutting them off, you can just take the opportunity to try and suppress your presence and try and meld with the rest of the group. You manage to achieve that, and now all of you are moving stealthily through this forest. You guys make your way into Krog.
Yes!
Ah!
I have never been more stressed in my life.
Put on the hoots.
So
I have never missed Ursa more than now.
We miss you, buddy.
We miss you, Arthur. Pass with all the trace, man.
alright.
Let's go back to the tavern now, please!
So
Let's go back to...
you guys begin to see the city is slightly hectic, if not also barren. There is a slight coldness to it. There are stone guard wardens almost everywhere, and they are rapidly moving between floors. they're stopping various individuals and people, and you guys sneak your way all the way through up until where you get past the general store, and you make your way down to the bottom. You guys find yourselves within the wolf's den, and it seems like almost a majority of like about 90% of the Eclipse Eye that was down here is now gone. You see the two horns at the bar of the tiefling man that you had met earlier, and he's calling for a drink. You also see another individual sitting right beside him, shackled. And you also see Bombuck as she comes up and is like, oh, fucking finally! It's getting a little stressful out there, but I got the carriage ready. And seems like you also struck a deal, so you might as well take care of that first. And are we leaving right now, hopefully?
After the transaction's done, we're leaving.
Alright.
Can you describe the shackled individual?
Huh?
The shackled individual, if you can describe it.
It's your cousin.
Yeah, but just say individual. I need to know.
Even under this low light, it's the same man you met back down in that cell. Just by presence and the way he looks.
Leroy?
The Red Cardinal. You fulfilled your promise.
He was going to take me a little bit more, but we managed. Have you doing okay?
I still need the hammer.
We'll take care of that later. Have you had anything to eat?
I'm not hungry. And he kind of stands up, and you see the hand of the tiefling man from beneath its robes grab his shoulder and push him back down to the chair. First.
Oh, no problem. Lionel just like waddles on up, sits on the stool. Oh, no problem. Reaches into his bag and produces one of the fucking feathers.
As you do, you are pulling this thing out. You see as he leans back, it is pulling out, and it is almost reaches barely to one of the walls as you place this giant feather on top of the bar.
Lionel jazz hands, ta-da!
I didn't think that you'd be able to do it.
I was a giant ape!
It's a long story.
I shot him in the eye.
I should have noted to have not tried to kill the thing. He is a...
Oh, he's not dead.
Oh.
We just had to defend ourselves a little bit.
He ran off.
Oh. Shit. Alright.
It most likely has a grudge now, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
They have great...
With the giant ape that will no longer return to its nesting ground!
ever.
Never.
That giant
ever.
ape with the pompadour.
Oh my god, that's what it is!
Well then.
Well.
Seems like the transaction is complete.
Don't whisper.
And it seems like our transaction is complete then. And as he looks towards the Leroy, Hasias ora. You see the shackles slightly glow, and they open and they drop to the ground. Good luck. And he begins to now deeply observe the giant rock feather that's on the tavern bar.
Dropping shit from the tables.
Alright, let's go to Bumbuck. Let's get the fuck on up out of here.
Just before we leave, though, Helena will go up to the leader and she'll just whisper, Siren, where's the last place you saw him?
He was making his way up to White Dragon Summit, the last I heard.
Why?
Hell if I know. Good luck. Oh, and one more thing. The Eclipse Eye owes a great debt to all of you today. More so than we could ever hope for. I don't think our side has fully paid, even with this individual return to you. You find us within Aurario. I'll let them know. We'll owe you something greater than him.
Helena holds out her hand. I'd like to keep in contact, if that's all right.
Fair enough. And he extends his hands. You see the sharp nails of it, and the reddish skin as he shakes. And he returns back to inspecting the rock feather.
Yeah, boy, we got an entire fucking Thieves Guild's favor on our hand!
That'll be useful for later.
This is not
You guys
necessary at
have
the moment.
no idea how much trouble they went through for that thing. And the fact that you did it.
We did it in a night.
A couple of schmucks did it in a few hours, what for years you couldn't do!
And
There is
have
one thing.
8 others.
I don't know
There's
about
one
that.
thing. There's one thing I want to keep in mind. It's not necessary at the moment. I'm pretty sure if we can take, you know who at the moment down, with all the information we got on her. Can you keep an eye on the hammer that she has?
We can certainly try. I'll take note of it and try and let you know the best I can.
Thank you. Leroy?
Yeah.
It's not for now. Just like I promised before. Not now. Not tomorrow. Not maybe next week. But eventually we're going to help you, okay? Just behave.
As long as we remove the snake from its nest.
We will get rid of it. I've been trying to do that for a while. And I promise you we are going to fulfill this. Trust me.
The Blackbird said you'd come. Very well. And he gets up. And he begins to walk with the rest of you. So all of you begin to pass. You see,
Can we get him some clothes or something to...
The general store does have a variety of clothes.
I mean, I can conjure him a robe.
Yeah, try not to look like ourselves.
Technically, I can put the robot displacement over him.
If you would like to.
Sure.
This naked tiny man with a robe of displacement.
Here you go. You need this more than that.
It speaks in Eldritch to you.
I'm going to buy some extra clothes for him too,
Alright.
just in case.
Does anyone know or have a disguise kit?
I don't think so, actually. Hold on, let me check.
Well, we're in a thieves guild. Do you guys can you guys do these guys?
As you begin to kind of say this, there's a few eyes that are beginning to kind of shift and look away. See as Bumbuck comes running down the stairs. We need to leave now.
I have disguise self, but that only works on me. I don't know what it does extra level.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to just put in some rags and some clothes on him.
Put him in a burlap sack. Let's fucking leave.
Go.
All right, make a deception check for Leroy specifically because things are crazy out there.
Okay. It's going to be 18.
18. All right. He's going to be your responsibility, River.
Yep.
All right.
Look prettier than he has in years.
All right. So, and this being the first time that all of you have actually looked at Leroy, the former information that you probably got from a couple of episodes, you guys now begin to see. As you could also tell, there are many lesions on this person, just off of the base visual, and also just like he's not like he just looks really fucking rough, like dirty brownish red hair at this point, and it's slightly matted and gross, and he does look very fucked. At this point, as all of you now currently within Bumbuck's carriage in the back with a couple of cockatrices now at the range, she hops up and she's like, all right, so I got a couple of sacks, a few barrels and whatnot. Try and hide in those and do it fast. And she closes the curtains of the carriage, and she hops onto the front. She throws over her hood. The crack of the reins. So, all of you, make a stealth check, and Canis, you're not moving, so it's going to be a normal roll. Actually, no, all of you do get advantage because, like, under the circumstances, they're looking for people, not product.
Okay, so we all get advantage.
Yeah.
All right.
Nat 20.
Natural 20. All right.
Nice.
Now I get that.
Oh, I'm very happy that we had advantage because it was either a 3 or a 16.
All right.
Speaking of, I actually got a 16.
Stealth
Was it-
19.
29 for me.
29.
Do I need to roll for Leroy?
Yes, roll for Leroy.
Yes, I have a plus 10 in stealth.
Well, does he have any stats or just raw?
Just raw for right now. I'll give you his stats later.
Okay, it's going to be a 1 or an 18, so...
No, wait, you can re-roll with the 1, right?
Yeah, because he is a halfling. He is a halfling.
So it was going to be a 2 or an 18.
Okay, good to know.
It's the family
That's
tradition.
real funny.
So, as the carriage, you guys, the beating of your heart is throbbing against your chest. You hear screams and people rushing every which direction. You hear roaring of commands and demands at the front and back. You guys hear a slight stop. Hold! You need to just check the carriage. By all means. You hear the curtains. And then... This is clear! Get out of here! And you hear the crack of the reins once more. You guys remain hidden for about 2.5 hours, making your way out of the area of Krog before you guys begin to come out of the barrels and the sacks. You find yourselves now as the partly cloudy area of Krog, and the winds that were whipping and battering the side of the carriage begin to subside, and you find yourselves looking slightly out towards the Great Plains. Now begin to travel out towards Hoth.
Reaction play dead. For 10 minutes, you are indistinguishable from death.
Can we make it to a night to the tower? I don't know.
So,
Wait, can we just rest inside the carriage?
you can if you want to. It's a little uncomfortable, but
I mean, I can also summon the tower.
Yeah, night.
totally up to you. So, do you want to do it at the tower?
We can tower at the dead of night.
Alright.
Like our first rest, long rest of the day.
So, after the interaction of avoiding the most would probably take about an hour, and then what is now about 3 or 4 hours out of travel, You guys are in the midday, find yourselves still on the road. As several hours pass by without a word spoken between any of you, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah. No, sorry. No, I was going to say, just checking in. Leroy's fine. Guys, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry.
There's no response out of Lionel's sack.
Helena just reaches over and pats her cheek and gives her a little wink. Told you you'd be fine. And look at that. The halfling helped beat a rock. That'll be a good story for you, I think.
Can't do much. Oh, thanks to Lionel.
No movement in the sack.
Get out of there. Come on.
He doesn't. There's no movement.
Lionel?
Helena just kind of very gently nudges the sack with her toe.
I can't believe Lionel's fucking dead as he spills out.
And then she'll just say, "I'm sure if he were alive, he'd say that it was effort."
Lionel? It doesn't usually last this long.
It lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know, but remember, haven't seen you doing this for so long. And she starts shaking Lionel.
I don't know what to tell you. It's one of his skills and abilities.
You have to physically hurt me in order for this to work.
Oh my god, he's dead! Quick, give him some air!
Garu.
Is there a pulse? Anything there?
He's gonna like push down on his chest.
Breathe! Breathe!
I take half his bludgeoning damage.
As pressure is placed upon your chest, Lionel, you go, ah!
You're like, ah!
There we go.
You're alive!
Of course I'm alive! I was playing dead!
But why though?
It took a while.
Okay. Are we out of town?
We are.
Oh god, thank you. Lionel just like slumps back in the sack, coughing.
Just wanted to say thank you before you go in there.
It's an amazing story. Something I can't wait to tell my folks when I see them again.
It was very impressive.
I didn't think it would work. I took a massive gambit on that. I just remembered something from the stories I used to read, and something in me just told me to turn into it, and I guess I was a big monkey.
Then I get used to using that more often. That's impressive.
Very.
I'm not really sure what a monkey is, but you did a great job.
Kind of like a human, but more hairy.
But what does that look like, though?
Well, do you remember when you said all of us looked hideous?
Well, I could see your disgusting blobs, but I can't really make out details.
Well, I suppose it looks like those disgusting blobs, but a little hairier.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
How's Canis holding up at this point?
Oh, he is just sitting on the ground staring at the wall, taking in everything that happened in the last 2 days.
You're staring at curtains, by the way. Like, this is a carriage with a...
Yeah,
Lionel kind of looks like waddles on up to him and pats him on the plate mail.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
I can't imagine what's going through your head right now.
Well, I attempt to do everything diplomatically, normally how I'm told to, and then everything just falls apart. So I have no idea what I'm currently doing right now, and I'm an, I guess, enemy of the state.
Lionel shakes his head and hands him the book. He like pulls the book out of the pouch and hands it to him. No. I am, logically.
Helena has the book.
Oh, right. Okay, never mind. I apologize. You have the book. Lionel kind of just like, okay, resend. Lionel just shakes his head. No, logically, that makes me the enemy of the state. What we're doing is, your order is that of justice, isn't it? We're righting a very egregious wrong. But if I'm to take blame for this wrong, then so be it. The only thing I ask is you at least hold me up in somewhere that I know won't kill me on sight, albeit your home.
Guys, I can't let you pick on all the responsibility. This all started because of me and my cousin. Yes, we are dealing with someone who was experimenting on people, stealing, trafficking them, the worst kind of person in the world. Your order is all about justice, as Lionel said.
Does that make stealing from her right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and Smith.
It stopped the means of a cruel production.
Look at what they were doing to him.
She'll get what she's owed. This is just the first step to that.
Tell you what, Canis, do you think it's right?
That she's getting punished for everything? Yes. How we did it, less so.
Sometimes the system doesn't work the way you want it to. Sometimes it happens out of nowhere.
Canis, I've read... I don't know if you'll take my word for it. You all think of me as a child, but... this world is not black and white. It is full of grays. And every gray doesn't always lead to a pure black and a pure white. And justice is meant to see that through. Give people some kind of guiding sort of light, or even a darkness. It doesn't matter. It all sways either which way. But if you see it the way that you see it right now, which you're looking at something we did as pure, or something that is gray, and trying to make it dark, you're just going to make yourself crazy.
Helena leans forward and kind of gives a mischievous little smile. And if the fact that we stole from her really bothers you, after we put the filthy toad behind bars, you can give her back the book. But only after she's behind bars.
When she has paid for everything she has done.
I feel our crime is way more insignificant than hers are.
It's definitely worth it. It'll all work out in the end. We just have to see it through.
Lionel puts his hand on his shoulder, looks at him dead in the eye. Canis, you're a good person.
He snickers at that while looking at Lionel.
Lionel just nods. Now then, I think it's about time we sleep in beds.
That does sound lovely, yes.
Alright. At this point, after several hours more of travel, you find a nice area near the what is the lake bed area, far southwest of Krog, off the trail. And you see as Bumbuk begins to rein in the cockatrices to the tree. And she once again, in awe of Galder's tower, or Lionel's tower in this case. You guys set up for the night.
At level 4, we now get a small little neon sign of Lionel flossing.
Damn it.
Yeah!
I
We're
need
supposed to be
art
hiding.
of this!
I don't see anything wrong with it.
No, don't worry, it's a black light.
Oh god, everything is filthy!
It's everywhere! The walls, the ceiling!
So, at this point, you all find yourselves in bed.
Not in bed. I need to take care of this fucking hobo motherfucker.
Throw him in water.
As
I'll wash his hair and just make him get a proper human, like, well, not a human, a halfling being.
All right, so at that point, that pretty much means that I'm making. So pretty much, it's going to be the bathroom, a dining area, and the kitchen, and the dining area will take up the one floor that actually hasn't been used.
it's a much bigger kitchen, much more bigger bathroom, and much more bigger dining area, as the new level of this tower now takes up rooms, and then so on, and then so on, and then so on.
Cool.
All right, so to anyone that wishes to be downstairs in the dining area after a washed Leroy, I would assume.
Yeah, I'm taking care of his freaking hair, getting him a shave, or not a shave, but like at least cutting his hair, getting a little bit more kempt. Kempt, that's the word I was looking for.
Come on down and get some of Time Middle's famous frog gumbo, boys and girls.
Yeah, Helena only needs 4 hours of rest, so she would have come down fairly early and just kind of either helped River if she needed it with her cousin or anything like that.
Do you want that, River?
Sure.
All right. So you guys spend pretty much the short time in washing and assisting a man that has avoided physical contact to any cleaning products. He smells like death.
You come at it with a sponge. He looks at you like Schmeagol.
After a bit of washing, you begin to all see the bright red hair, much like River's. The patched over eye with a piece of leather that was formed to his face, while the other eye is a bright green. Helena, you notice while bathing Leroy, there is a blackened, almost like a tattoo, a blackened area that reaches from the heart all the way up to the left side of his collarbone, and it's like a black wing beginning to spread out. And his physical body is built, like physically, strength-wise superior. But it's just something about him that it's odd. And you see lesions upon lesions, cuts and bruises that seemingly have just been there for a while and haven't gone away, and it takes a bit of time to stitch everything back together. You guys see a freshly robed, slightly newly cut hair and patched over eye of Leroy, clean shaven. He looks like a bright young man, probably in about his, for a halfling, probably his 30s, but he looks almost scholarly based off of his facial structure and just the way he held himself for a few moments, but he just slinks back into his slightly stoic and kind of 1,000-yard stare into a wall.
Soup's on! Soup right in front of him.
And
come on, Leroy, I haven't seen you eat anything.
I'm not hungry.
I don't care if you're hungry or not, you're going to eat.
I'm not.
I want to see that bowl empty.
I'm not hungry.
Well, what are you feeling then?
He begins to just continuously stare.
Vacant. Excellent. Everyone else gets something to eat. I'm not letting this go to waste.
Can you at least try, Leroy? Please.
Continues to stare at the bowl.
Let's just have breakfast then.
Tell me about the wing on your chest.
He turns and looks at you. You see the bright green eye peering past the red hair. I'm not sure what it is. She said it was a gift.
How long have you had it?
For as long as I can remember.
How far can you remember?
Begins to start thinking. He looks back up. 2 years. And then I went to that city. Over 2 years. That's all I know.
Where were you in your last memory?
It was a town in the south. I had to cross the plains.
South.
There are a number of towns at the south.
Yep.
About Vale, Lobondel, the Emerald Enclave, Lycia Bay at the time. And then there was also a border city that is kind of just unofficial. It has no name. It's just a stretch that connects Al-Anon to Wallenstein.
We're going to be taking care of you for now. We're going to be going to a town with other halflings. We're going to be there for a while, okay? Will we fix this whole thing with the mall that you're looking for? And the snakes.
Alright.
So I have a question. Can I? So you said he was a scholarly person.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can sense off him arcane-wise?
Make an Arcana check, yeah.
Hell yeah. Because if the boy's gonna shut himself out, maybe he'll make use of the fucking library. That's a soft 20. I got a 14. I have a +6.
I'm gonna message you something, okay?
Cool.
Oh shit, whispers.
Oh,
Yeah.
whispers.
Hell yeah. Secrets.
Oh god.
Listen, Lionel is on a quest to get all the wizard trading cards, okay? If this guy's a wizard, he's legally obliged to tell me, and he's also legally obliged to trade me a spell.
Are you a wizard?
I got Blastoise and Venusaur. You got a Charizard?
Oh my god. And man, you got the chocolate frog.
I got a foil Burger King Mew.
Oh, damn. I got a Machamp.
Machine, shiny machine.
I got Bill's PC. They banned that like years ago.
Fuck, man.
Fuck. Yo.
he's got some knowledge.
Some knowledge.
All right.
Knowledge.
And that's pretty much everything that you're, like, just with the keen eye of a wizard.
Oh.
I don't like that. What is that? Oh.
Lionel kind of just like sits down, like before he was eating his soup and looking at a picture book of animals that he could transform into, but he just like stops, closes the book while everyone else is eating. He's just staring at this guy, at Leroy.
And Leroy does stare back as you kind of lock eyes.
Everything okay?
Do you feel it is safe to say it out in the open? Not the greater details, but from whence it hails from.
I made my promises. The blackbird
I understand.
came. The blackbird came and told me I can be free of my pain and my suffering. But I had to give up everything.
You are tethered. You're a warlock.
Well, what does that mean? Well, what is that?
It means he made a deal with someone far more powerful than him in exchange for a quick fix.
Are you talking about the Crow Princess?
It makes the most logical sense. Your patron, the Raven Queen.
Man, he begins to kind of shake his head. I gave up everything.
Fear not, I will not pry. Just know that I know there's a sense about you. You don't have to speak to me about it. I understand that pacts are different and vary from others. I will not judge, nor will I pry into your endeavors if you not feel comfortable speaking of them. As a fellow of the arcane, though, I will not question that I am curious as to what you know and to what your knowledge hails from, and what you actually do, and what powers you do possess. You are welcome to use any source that I have in my main room. There is a library there. If you feel you wish to touch up on any knowledge, by all means, you are welcome to it.
I will take you on that offer. Thank you.
Lionel just nods and returns to his meal.
And he begins,
That's the first smidge of initiative I see you.
begins to stare back at everyone.
Helena's looking very curiously back at him and between Lionel.
Lionel's not gonna pry any further. The man's a warlock. He's not gonna fuck with him because Lionel's just like, what if this guy was to speak out of tone to his patron? His powers could be revoked, or worse, maybe his life. A patron is not something that you can willingly just snap your finger and you gain power. It comes from somewhere, and where it comes from and who it comes from, they demand something of you, and what that is always different per case.
He did mention that's why he needs the maul hammer.
Is your patron a merciful one? We have taken small steps, sure, but the end result could be the same if she has the patience.
Well, she clearly had enough patience to leave him in prison for someone else to save him.
He looks at you, Canis. Your god is a god of life. A god of justice. The one I have made my deals with. They are allies in one way or another. I trusted the Blackbird to send a red cardinal. You fulfilled your deals. I have my mission. He gets up from the table and he begins to go towards the stairs. What floor?
3rd floor.
Noted. And he begins to ascend the stairs.
Is his bowl still full, isn't it?
Yeah.
You didn't even touch it.
No, but I'm sure he would love to see some kind of arcane literature after years of being deprived of it. Give him time to absorb this new information. He's been in prison for years now. There must be something new that will quench his thirst for knowledge.
I would assume he would like to quench his thirst for being thirsty. Like,
oh, River, you silly Billy! You can't quench your thirst with soup. You eat it and quench your thirst.
If that other halfling's gone, Canis will just slide the bowl he left alone to Garu.
Oh boy, seconds!
Wham! It face into the bowl. Mess everywhere.
Frog guts everywhere.
Ron is just gonna just slightly slide his bowl towards Garu. I'm not hungry anymore.
Where's all this food coming from?
Wham!
Precious bean.
How is Lionel the mascot?
Hey, listen, it's a title we both share.
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of these episodes, it's just Garu fucking pistol whipping a hag at the beginning of these episodes.
Now it's fucking Lionel becoming Ozaru.
Oh my god.
God.
Helena kind of lightly stirs her bowl and she just kind of looks at River. Do you remember that? Oh no, wait, I didn't hear this. Never mind. Forget I said anything. This was just something that River had heard. Never mind.
I don't remember
What is
Nope.
Bumbuck doing in all of this?
She is just basically tending towards the cockatrices after she ate. She's kind of just kept to herself at this point.
Man, I don't know what you're all upset for. I say we all get away with that scot-free.
Yeah, kinda. Well, we just need to bring this information to your mother. And she points at Canis.
Although that reminds me, how much further of a trip do we have?
I don't know, God.
We all just look up.
Well, everyone looks up.
Like stares at the camera at me.
Did you say how much was?
So it is going to be about a week to get to from where you guys are, because you've only made it about a day out, so about 6 days left to get to Hoth, right? From there, it's about another week and a half to get to Lightengord, which is the only town that has been established in the in-between. From there, you can try and go around the mountain and try and make the 2.5 to 3 week trip around White Dragon Summit, or you can spend the week and the 4 to 5 days going up to the top of White Dragon Summit and back down through White Dragon Summit.
Thanks, God.
Very well.
Well, we don't have a choice for now, but once we get to the certain split in the road, we'll have to make our decision.
Helena's just slightly stirring her drink. I wouldn't mind going through White Dragon Summit.
For what purpose?
Yes, you said you were looking for someone that went there, right? Didn't you?
Helena just kind of idly nods. Well, if the guild leader's information is correct, that's where my guild leader is.
It's going to be a whole trip.
Well, it's the quickest way.
We can get some convenience for one of our companions. Which
It'd be useful. I could use more contacts around here. Getting the last one is definitely useful, but I could use more.
I'll be honest, I have no place for me to complain. You guys have done all for me. So.
Alright.
I have no place to complain. I don't know where my family is. And I'm keeping it that way.
I don't even know where I am.
I'm in danger!
You're in a tower.
Are we
grown
now?
attached, so.
Here, Franz, have this dancing pepper shaker.
Oh, ah!
He's dancing towards you.
Menacing.
Starts. He screams until it gets to a frequency that can only be heard by dogs.
And Garu, apparently.
Ah!
So, you guys rest for the night, and after a bright morning, you guys move out. And at this point, I am assuming you guys are spending your time. At this point, you guys do see Leroy kind of sticking his face into a book of just plain magic information, and that's pretty much what he's doing for pretty much the entirety of this ride, unless you guys wish to make your last interaction here.
With the group, there is one thing I need to discuss.
And I'll do one more thing with Leroy once it's done.
Alright.
So, we've been talking for a while, and you have done a lot for me, and especially with the whole Leroy situation. So, a little bit more in depth as to why all of that happened. The whole trying to be more open with you guys.
Oh boy, intrigue.
Remember when I decided to talk about myself with the Emerald Enclave leader?
Yes. No, I wasn't there for that. Never mind.
No!
Wait, you left?
As far back as you guys remember, there was a private interaction which led Lionel to kind of not trusting River for a short time, back at the
Yep.
Emerald Enclave, talking with Alana.
And she's going to show the Hermes scrolls. She gave me this. All of this. To communicate with her. I explained to her my situation, what I told you about what I used to live and what happened. I had to use a loophole, actually. Otherwise she wouldn't listen to me. More often than not, when multiple halflings live in a, what is it called? Founders city or town. In this case, the Dust Lakes. She kind of motioned us to where Leroy probably is upstairs. Technically, my full name is Lisa Wigglebum of the Dust Lake.
Helena suppresses a smile at the name.
I know.
Lionel just like blank faces. Know what?
A thing. So,
Because he's catatonic and he knows. He knows. He knows. He's just catatonicing right now. Go on.
I had to use the loophole of that name being included, technically in mine. Most of the halflings receive the name of the what do you call it, noble house, quote unquote. And Leroy is one of the members of that house. Technically my boss, technically, I don't know, founder. When I heard he was still alive, he keeps talking about how his family is going to come back. he's looking for the same thing that I am. He's trying to destroy Low Bandle.
He looks towards you. I remember one thing. I made a promise. Well, I promised that I would give up everything. I was told one thing. That the Dust Lakes would return.
That is you.
That is you as well. If you're still
Not exactly.
alive.
Not exactly. I just lived in your basement, basically. You can say that.
Still.
Yeah, it's how things tend to see each other as family. Technically, that's why I call him my cousin. He's technically my cousin. Everyone is a cousin there. Uncles, aunts, sisters, brothers. Tight communities. And not gonna lie, I feel a little superior at the moment. But not entirely. Regardless, I had to use that loophole in your family's name. And the Emerald Enclave leader gave me this to communicate with her. She supports our mission to take back Low Bandle. She gave me an army.
If you say you are who you say you are, in time, once we drive the snake away from its nest, as soon as I fulfill my mission, I will leave Low Bandle to you.
I do not like that idea. You're supposed to take the place. It's your home. It's your family's home.
I know. But it has to go to someone.
Yeah, sir, you are going to be taking care of that.
No, I won't. I made my deals. I have my mission.
Are you?
He goes back into his book.
Can I make an insight check on that?
Sure, go ahead.
You've been promoted.
Oh wait, I have advantage. God. No, I want to remain my peasant girl. Fuck you, responsibilities. That's 14.
As far as his intention, the way he's talking, the way he notes that, it sounds like a dead man's mission.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh.
It's Journey of the Dead Man. Oh god, he has not been eating.
John, I got TB!
I didn't hear the thing, so I can't bring it up.
John, I got TB. You got your family to live.
And he returns back to his book.
Well, I'm just going to let him think of that. I'm pretty sure he's going to be fine. Regardless, that's what happened in there. If not for using that name, I wouldn't have anything. And she's going to look at Canis. Do you know anything about about the family?
I don't know God, do I?
You're very aware of the Dust Lake estate and many of its expanded family. The royal family, especially for what was Low Bandle, it was a city that was supposed to kind of be a place between Vale, between the Emerald Enclave, between Lycia Bay, and also the nameless border town.
So smack dab in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
Kansas Royal for hillbillies.
The Dust Lake family made a lot of money, being the town it was, establishing it, and kind of almost making it a kingdom. But it fell short somewhere around 20 years ago due to a fire and various instances. As far as the Matilius house goes, you would probably have to ask your mother about that sort of thing, but like as far as you personally know, you know that the Dustlake family existed and then fire and then they stopped existing.
And he is the hair. Barely talking to people. Probably undead.
Unsure if he's undead.
He keeps talking about the dead man's journey and like he made promise he's going to leave and he has not. And also he has a bunch of scars that are not healing.
He is a warlock. They are oddities, to say the least.
You can make
Isn't she, or his patron, the goddess of death, or something like that? That could have something to do with it.
Cadus, you're a cleric.
Yep.
That's his. Canis, you're an Asimar.
Let me touch your wounds, gaping undead child.
Yeah, the wound thing's kind of. I am Asmar. Screw it. I'll just use the Asmar one. Healing hands. Restore 7 health.
His physicality doesn't change.
Just put your hand gently on top of on his face. Just hear like a
2 fingers to the forehead.
Just.
Don't poke me. I'm reading. Brains.
You touch
Helena
him,
just, like-
and his head leans back a bit with the 2 fingers on his forehead, and his eyes have not trailed off the book, but you touch him, and he's cold.
the boy's a zombie.
Can Helena, like, her hand just kind of hovers over like his, and she's like, "May I?" She's not actually touching him. She's basically asking for permission.
Do as you must. And his eyes have not left the book.
She feels for a pulse.
Make a medicine check.
Oh yeah, baby!
What the fuck?
We just rescued a fucking zombie.
It takes
didn't we?
skill to...
Ha 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 ha. 3.
3. Not much skill, but this is just your Eldrin physicality and a halfling physicality, 2 very different things. You kind of just wait for something, and as you wait for a beat, there is none.
He's a fucking zombie.
Just in time for Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everyone!
Halloween!
Helena's brow furrows, and she just looks at the rest of them. Feel a pulse.
You said you only remembered the past 2 years?
Yeah. Why?
What was your first memory?
I woke up and I saw the sky. I saw blackbirds. There was...
Where did you wake up?
It was a forest. Next to a river.
Homeboy's undead.
That's fucking ominous. Right.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that you were already dead and she just woke you up.
Do you remember what Platypus said, trying to figure out what he was?
No, we just called that.
Yeah,
just
no,
fuck her.
Helena is purposely calling her Platypus.
Yeah, fuck her.
She doesn't
hate
deserve the respect.
They were trying to figure out what he was.
That was the experimentation they were doing on him. Oh, jeez.
Helena just gently points at the wounds. Did you have these when you woke up, or did you receive them later on?
They've always been there.
Yeah, he's undead.
Wait, they have always been there?
They've always been there.
Can I examine the wounds to see what kind of, what could have caused them?
Sure. Make a medical check. Because it's...
Oh, I can use my special die for the first time.
No bones about it, the skeleton's dead.
Ooh, that's going to be 18.
18?
Yeah, total.
So... It looks like these are bladed cuts. They're very clean. And some seem to have gone through. And swords, spears could have done this. You see that there's also several little puncture marks. Definitely in duels. There are 2 puncture marks next to each other in several different places along his body, as far as you remember.
From birds, maybe. I don't know.
Lionel's feverishly writing down notes in his book.
Lionel, make a history check.
Yeah!
Since this is something that you're just trying to discover, undeads are not uncommon to your knowledge because of, probably
Necromancy's a school.
It is a school, but it's also something that may have come across from the teaching of the Crowfather. Just,
Cool.
general openness to the temple and whatever secrets they have.
The old coot wasn't crazy. 19.
19. So, probably within some of your studies of understanding necromancy and trying to understand it because of your passions, even rifling through scrolls and books and old texts that the Crowfather allows people to come and read and witness. There is one finding that comes to mind. There are creatures in this world that do not rest well after death. Some of them turn into ghosts. Elves often turn into banshees, and some become specters. And there are those who just feel left unsatisfied. And then there are some who are bound by vengeance and desire to wanting to complete, and they often become a problem through the veil.
Oh.
So, at this point in time, you can imagine that this is one of those very few creatures known as a revenant. As they are alive, but not dead. But dead, but not alive.
While everyone's questioning this guy, Lionel's just flipping through his notes, and then he just closes his book. Ah, okay. You are undead then. Just nonchalantly just blurts it out. You're a revenant.
What's a revenant?
A creature, Lionel kind of just turns to the river. Oh, well, when someone dies, normally their spirit remains, and when the spirit remains in the form of having a task need to be completed, that's what you become. You're neither living nor dead. And once your task is complete, you pass on.
So my family serves as zombie?
Essentially, yes. More of a ghost.
A ghost given physical form.
Oh no.
That's unusual.
That's cool! I'm gonna be writing all sorts of notes about you. Just like writing down, like he's just taking notes, like it's totally okay.
He hasn't turned away from his book.
Hell yeah.
Do you remember any other survived?
I'm sorry?
Any other family member survived? Or everyone just...
I don't know what you mean.
River, unfortunately, his memories are going to be scarred. Whatever he knew in his past life might not be as abundant as it would be for yours. Unfortunately, he think about it this way: a good portion of his memory and his bodily functions in his brain, they've long been expired. He's basically living a second life as an undead.
You know, I was thinking when I had this entire mission of recovering this city that I was born in, I didn't think about the whole power structure. And then I heard that he was fine, so I was going to get him to rule again. And now he's going to give it to me. I don't know what I was thinking.
We were thinking that you were going to help your clan. There's nothing wrong with that.
Can't handle that responsibility though.
Helena just spreads her hands. You might have to. But who knows? I don't know if there's more.
Lionel shrugs and just Muppet faces. Or he's passed it on to someone else.
I have to cross that bridge when we get there. No.
Hey, but you have closure.
Yeah, there's no one left alive of that family. It's great.
Oh, cheer up. We don't know that.
Oh yeah, maybe there are more zombies out there, right?
Most definitely.
That doesn't help, Garu.
You don't know. Maybe it could.
We are going to leave him on Heart, right? And maybe my family take care of him. Well, this is what we take care of.
He'll make a great crypt keeper.
Oh, that's terrifying. Yes.
At this point, Lionel is just doing it to rip into River, because he seems pretty cool about this, and I know it's a big change, but Lionel's just swirling with possibilities to learn about this creature.
You don't call him a creature, goddamn.
This is a science experiment.
Is.
No, he is a creature.
Yeah.
He is.
Hold person. Okay, we can ultimately test this. If I cast hold person on him, it doesn't work. If I cast hold creature, there bingos bongus. There's your answer.
Damn it, he's a monster.
But he's your monster.
Oh no.
Alright, so, at this point...
Promise to wash him and take care of him and feed him and walk him.
Oh god.
So, is that pretty much everything?
Yeah, so I shared the information and gave him more explanation.
Alright. And Lionel?
I just wanted to like bring him back up to my study and like actually like pick his brain and just like, okay, so here's my entire library. You seem to be wanting to at least learn about the basics. Is there nothing that in particular you would like to see? Since, you know, you kind of like entered this world going to fucking prison and now you're back out, so obviously you might have questions about the world around you.
I only need to know how to remove the snake from its nest. That is all.
I understand that you have a mission, but obviously there might be ways to help you make this mission faster. And what better way to do that than he points to his bookshelf than through knowledge? Something might assist you.
Do you have anything on snakes?
Lionel just like kind of like holds his hand up and the bookshelf moves and like multiple books just like fall out on his desk.
Alright. And as the several books begin to appear, he picks up one and he begins to kind of pace through it. His one eye beginning to just follow the lines as quick as possible.
So, I see. Trouser snake.
Now, I know I said I wouldn't pry, but I am just absolutely curious, and you'll have to forgive me. I guess my quest is mostly that of knowledge. I just want to learn more of the arcane as I possibly can in the short amount of life I have. Is there nothing you can impart with me? From one magician to another? I'd be willing to impart any knowledge I have towards you.
There's nothing that I can personally give you. Nothing that I can say. The knowledge comes from the Blackbird. And that is all.
What does she offer?
He holds out his
Apart-
hand, and he begins to focus. And then suddenly, almost like black feathers in a dripping mass begins to leak down the side of his arm. And from it appears a long, thin rapier made of pure black steel and adamantine.
Lionel's just like fucking starry-eyed and just starts writing down notes.
This is what she gave me.
That's astounding! You possess a weapon that's a piece of your master. That's so amazing! Lionel's just like a kid right now, writing all this down.
And over the night, you begin to trade. You are finding out a lot of information on the Raven Queen just by his interaction, but he only continues to call her a Blackbird. You are very well aware that the assumption is that this is the Raven Queen based off of the Crowfather's description.
Yes.
So the curiosity of why this goddess of death chose this man as, a soldier of her will is very interesting to you.
Fuck yeah.
So, you guys spend the next several days traveling Galder's Tower every night. And you guys see this small village nearby the lake area. You see the sign written in Halfling. Hoth Rite. It's now midday as you begin to enter.
Before entering the border of the town, I get get out of the car, out of the carriage, tap my boots, and speed to the left, and grab a silver coin, and I get back into the carriage.
All right.
Let's go.
As it begins to cross the threshold of the entrance of the city, or the town. Sorry, it's not big. You guys are met with several halfling individuals. Pretty much the majority of the population here is halfling. You'll see the sparse elf and half elf and a couple of half orcs as minor other races walk these streets as travelers. You begin to hear shouting at the town square as Bombach pulls the reins and all of you are jutted forward. She turns around and she shouts, "Get down now!"
So?
Yeah, let's do it.
That's a good dog.
As you all begin to duck, you hear the heavy footfalls, one very familiar to you. The footfalls of the armor, that of Stone Guard Wardens.
Oh my god.
And you begin to hear the shouting of, You begin to hear the shouting of, "I want every single cart checked. I want every single villager here in the town square to be questioned." And that is where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's game of D6.
We criminals, boys! We criminals!
Oh, I'm gonna
Boy,
kill.
I can't wait. The zappity
Doing
zaps
some
happening.
gangsta shit.
How the fuck did they get here so fast?
That's some
You remember
tiny
the-
legs that they.
You remember the day that it took you guys to get to the top of the mountain, back down to the mountain?
Yeah.
Probably a high chance that she sent a number of foot soldiers to this town.
A number of feelers out. Yeah.
We dwarves are master sprinters.
Well, no, they're
just
run.
They're-
We have the fastest baby legs in the land.
It is
Come,
far more
laddies.
efficient to power walk.
They probably have horses and whatnot. Who knows?
Yeah.
You guys will have to find out next week.
The horses
Dang it.
with the tiniest legs.
Alright.
Horses have tiny legs.
Listen,
They're
we
just
may have.
puppies.
No, they're munchkin cats. Just big.
Oh God. So listen, listen. We all have fun here. We all know that Lionel turning into a giant fucking ape was pretty badass. But I'm not gonna lie, my favorite part of the whole fucking thing was the reversal on Canis. You're a good person. I was just like, I can't pass this
Yeah.
up. I can't pass this up. I can't fucking pass that up.
That's perfect.
So next week we'll be unfortunately losing our good person Mal.
Yeah.
Sad face.
Well,
Ryan, we have to be political with this.
stuff happens,
We're
man.
going to kill a bunch of stormtroopers, guys. Let's
I'm
go.
here when we need to be stealthy, and I'm gone when we have to use fucking intrigue. Fantastic.
Wonderful.
So
Intrigue. I'm killing these people. They
Jesus.
come to my town.
All right. So that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. You guys have been an amazing audience, and we'll be back next week. Unfortunately, not with Mal. I'm so sorry. I really wish you were here. So come back next week, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and if you want to watch, the stream as we go throughout the week, you're more than welcome to 7 p.m. And that being said, thank you guys so much, and hopefully see you next Sunday, my friends.
Bye.
Bye. You're beautiful.